Diego starting this weekend because this will be one of their tests.
Another example of playing the upper echelon programs after kind of beating up on the teams below you in the conference standings. UC Santa Barbara, they still scare the heck out of me. There's a reason why they were nationally ranked preseason. They have one of the best pitchers in the country. They have all what it takes to roll the rest of the regular season and roll right through that tournament as well. I do think Irvine's a better team. Yep. Santa Barbara, talent-wise, might be the best team in the league.
Yeah, took 2 of 3 from Cal Poly last weekend. By the way, UCSD, UC Santa Barbara, at UC Irvine, UC Davis at home, at Hawaii here to wrap up the year.
Yep.
And it's going to be fun here in the final month. Let's take a look at our injury report brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health, creating a healthier Hawaii. Really nothing to speak of on that front. I mean, I know we were talking about Sebastian Gonzalez. We confirmed it on Saturday. Rich Hill kind of reaffirmed that today. Just a bruise on that left elbow. What a relief, given the way that line drive came right out of that. Gonzalez, wanted to pitch Saturday. Rich Hill obviously said no, but you should expect to see him here in the near future.
Yeah, that's great news, because when I saw him take that line drive, I thought to myself, oh, my goodness, there goes the season. I mean, really, it almost felt like that if the injury had been that serious. No, I mean, the season wouldn't have been over, but it would make it
would have felt like it.
Yeah, it would even make it even more difficult than what has become. But keep in mind, Rich Hill teams in the 3+ years we've seen, they usually finish really, really strong. And this year, they're going to have to finish strong. And I think they will. And I think it's going to start tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing this game because Rich Hill has put in his starters. I thought maybe we'd see some of the backups. I know you'll go over the lineup.
Yeah.
But Rich is approaching this like any other game.
And given losing 5 of 8 on the road, it's probably the right thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
What will make Hawaii go in tonight's game is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Get up and go. What do you think, Scotty?
Oh, it's easy, Josh. They haven't scored in 2 games. Yeah. They've got to get their offense going here tonight. And early and as often as possible. You know how it is. And particularly when you travel with a team that has had a difficult road trip, they didn't get their butts kicked or anything like that. They just lost against really good teams. But you want to get that thought and that feeling out of your system, because you start losing, it becomes repetitious, and you start accepting it. And I don't think this team is like that. I look for them to get back on their horse and finish strong here down the last month.
You and I both know Rich Hill, and one of his mottos, you can call it coach speak, you can call it whatever you want, pitch by pitch by pitch. He always takes that next pitch kind of mentality. And I almost look at this game as kind of like perfect for that mentality. It starts with Liam O'Brien's first pitch, and it starts with him getting outs and building that momentum at the top of the first inning before even the bats come to the plate.
I agree.
And then building from that, take your mini victories for the big one, because Hawaii did not have many of those mini victories last weekend.
No, you're absolutely right. Whatever works, whatever. And we know, because we've talked a lot about in the months past about how big the mental aspect plays for Rich Hill. This is going to be a real test for him coming back from that road trip. You guys got back. I don't know when the team got back. I know you got back late Saturday night. There hasn't been a lot of time to contemplate and think about what happened on the road, because you can turn around, come right back, and have a game on Tuesday, which is the best thing about baseball.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Yep. No time to dwell
Can't
on
dwell on it. Can't worry about it. Can't focus on it because you got a game today.
Yeah. And it's a way to cure ills, if at all possible. We'll come back, lineups and first pitch here in just a moment for Hawaii and Chaminade. You have been listening to Rainbow Warrior Countdown here on ESPN Honolulu.
Facing eviction for unpaid rent? If you're struggling to pay rent and at the risk of eviction, help is here. Mediation is free, private, and helps landlords and tenants talk story and find solutions. Don't wait. Reach out before rental problems grow. Call 808-521-6767 or visit mediatehawaii.org. Sponsored by the Mediation Center of the Pacific and aired by the Hawaii Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Would you like to work in the sports industry here in Hawaii? ESPN Honolulu has rare entry-level full or part-time openings for board operators. You'll work behind the scenes with our local broadcasters on their radio programs and University of Hawaii and high school sports. New to radio? That's okay. We'll train you. Send your resume with a cover letter to info@espnhonolulu.com. That's info@espnhonolulu.com. We're part of the IO family of companies, an equal opportunity employer.
Aloha, looking for a financial institution that understands your needs? At Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you live your best financial life. Whether you're looking for a great savings account, low interest loans, or the best in personal banking, we've got you covered with great rates and friendly service. Plus, we're locally owned, so you're more than just a member. You're family for life. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, serving Hawaii with aloha every step of the way. Become a member today at hificu.com or visit us in person. Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents. Federally insured by NCUA.
Healthier is working together as a team. Hawaii Pacific Health's team-based approach is designed to make sure you see the right healthcare expert at the right time. It's about collaboration that brings together the skills and personalized care you need. And it's about coordinated care from a team of physicians, nurse practitioners, registered nurses, and other specialists, all working together to help you live healthier. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving. Napa! Give your engine the attention it deserves with the advanced formulation of Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It delivers faster oil flow for superior temperature protection in the harshest conditions, defends against sludge and buildup while keeping your engine running cleaner, longer, and improves fuel efficiency by reducing friction, helping you stay at peak performance mile after mile. Try Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil today. Available now at Napa locations nationwide. Napa!
University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods. It's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life. Brought to you in part by
Hawaii Pacific Health, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, IBEW Local 1186, the Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Association, Motogen Medical, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup, Ushijima Architects, Young's Fish Market, HGEA, Lex Brody's Tire Company, Napa Auto Parts, Waiakia Water, Castle Resorts and Hotels, Dial Electric Supply, Abbey Carpet and Floor, Hardware Hawaii, Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, H-Camp, Spectrum, and the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council.
From Les Murakami Stadium, it is Hawaii Baseball here on ESPN Honolulu. A break from Big West play for the Rainbow Warriors. A much-needed break at that. The 25-13 Bows get ready for the Silver Swords of Chaminade. 17-28 Silver Swords team out of Division II. 15-25 in the Pac West Conference, playing their first of 5 remaining games in their 2025 schedule. We welcome you upstairs. The Robs Leahy press box is where Scott Robs and I are. I'm Josh Pacheco here on what is turning out to be a pretty nice Tuesday. I know there's supposedly rain in the forecast later in the night, some rain over the weekend on Sunday. Thankfully, we are clear of that right now because the weather looks good. And if you're Hawaii, you're expecting the baseball to be good. That's something that's been hit or miss here in the last week.
Well, I don't know if you're expecting it. You're hoping it is.
Yeah.
You're hoping it's good baseball. Yeah, I don't think the weather will be any factor at all, unlike this weekend where we had a little rain and affected softball last Friday.
You know about that.
Yeah, the UH and UC Santa Barbara, not Riverside series.
Thanks. Thank you.
But no, weather's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful night. But also, I think this marks finally the last Tuesday game of the season.
That's right.
Correct?
That's right.
I mean, the last 5 Tuesdays, I want to say, between Chaminade, the second meeting with Chaminade, Hilo, HPU, and then you had Santa Clara and USC on the road. Yeah. So last Tuesday of the season of games.
Yeah, these games, I mean, it's hard to look at it from Hawaii's perspective. These games, for the most part, have been the Division II teams. They haven't had that same meaning as other schools who've okay, we got Fresno State in here, or as UC Irvine did.
It's geography, Josh, and it's been this case forever. Unless they make a bridge or some kind of a supersonic plane that gets you to the West Coast in 30 minutes, it'll always be this way. And so that's why you have 4-game series in non-conference play. The Oregon State series, by the way, will be a 4-game series as well. Mike Trapasso, Les Murakami, and now Rich Hill they all learned how to deal with it. It's not optimal. Nobody wants to go on an 8-game road trip. Those road trips suck. I've been on them many times in different sports. But it is what it is. And the best part is when you get on the plane after the road trip, you're not flying to Fargo. You're not flying to Omaha. You're flying back to Hawaii.
Just hope the plane leaves on time. Let's get the batting order here for Chad Konishi and Chaminade. 17-28, 15-25 in the Pac West Conference. Center fielder Jake Harper will lead things off. Tristan Mooney is behind the plate hitting second. Sofia Villaruz Mawai, former Rainbow Warrior, at first base batting third. Cade Fujii is at second base. He is hitting cleanup. Batting fifth, playing at third base, is Casey Cudell. Andrew Carnes, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Jackson Dorn in right field hits seventh. Alex Greb, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Evan with an O, Evan Williams is the shortstop, hitting ninth. And they will take on Liam O'Brien, the senior from Tucson, Arizona. We talked about it in the pregame show. The matchup against Cal Poly was one that has certainly taken him from a Saturday night opportunity to now really kind of fighting for your spot on this staff.
Well, it wasn't just that one. It was the last couple of outings as well. It kind of built up. I think Liam has had more than ample opportunities. And this might be, like I mentioned earlier, this is probably his last opportunity. He's a senior. He's got a great arm. He's a great kid and everything. You'd like to see him try to put it together here, get that confidence back, because I think most of his issues are part of the mental aspect of pitching. He's got all the ability in the world, and he could be a huge asset for Hawaii down the stretch if he can get his act together.
Yeah. His last outing against Cal Poly, he did not record an out, walked all four of the batters he was responsible for. All four of those came in to score in that very first inning, a game in which really did tax Hawaii's bullpen at the end of the day. Hawaii, I think that was a 12-5 game that Hawaii lost. And I didn't realize this, but that was the first time, and you go back to his time in several different JUCOs, his freshman and sophomore year, also Gonzaga, whether as a starter or as a reliever. First time in his collegiate career he has ever gone an outing without retiring a hitter.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
No, not at all. Tonight's first pitch brought to you by MotoGen Medical. They have treatments used to elevate pain and help heal joints naturally. Go to MODOGEN.com and sign up for a free evaluation. Jake Harper in left-handed batter's box for Chaminade. O'Brien's first pitch is high. We are underway. 6:38 first pitch time, 77 degrees, and we got a few clouds above us here in Manoa. Harper.
Well, I'm sorry, Josh. I was just going to say after this pitch, I'll tell you my point.
Okay. 1-0 to Harper is a called strike, knee high, according to James LeBeau.
Now, I didn't do the first time they met it because Harry begged me. He wanted to do the game because, of course, he's very close to the Chaminade coaching staff. We all are, actually. But anyway, listening to that game, the first inning, Chaminade put up a 4 spot.
That's
Remember that?
1-1 misses away, 2-1.
And Hawaii was down 4-0. Then, of course, they got their act together and things like that. So,
do you say that? Do you have an insight on whether Harry's listening or not?
Oh, I'm hoping he is.
Yeah.
We love Harry. Harry will be with you this weekend.
2-1 to Harper. This is lined out of play to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'll be over next door watching a lot of good men's volleyball.
Harper coming in hitting .254, a home run, 12 RBI. 2-2. O'Brien pauses and fires. Slider, strike 3 called, bottom of the zone. And Harper's retired, 1 away here to start the game.
And that was a really nice pitch. The thing with O'Brien, I think a lot of it's really simple. It's just trust your stuff. Trust the guys behind you. Trust your stuff. You don't have to be fine. You don't have to be perfect because your stuff is good enough.
So leadoff man retired. Tristan Mooney, the Chaminade catcher, stepping in. Another left-handed hitter against the righty O'Brien. And Mooney, check swing. This will bounce foul up the third baseline. 0-1. Mooney coming in, hitting 148 with 7 runs driven in. O'Brien off the first base side of the rubber. Next pitch high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. You were mentioning the fact that, Liam can top. We were talking about 96, I think, coming into the year. Now it's up to 99.
Yeah, he's touched 99. I know that. He said he's got a couple of more miles per hour since he's gotten here.
1-1 bouncer, roller up the middle. That's going to get right between Donahue and Sakino, the middle infielders, and into center. So a 1-out hit for Mooney, which will give us an opportunity to tell you about that Hawaii defense. Left to right in the outfield, Kamana Nahaku, Matthew Miura, Jared Quant. Around the diamond, third to first, Kedron Kinsey, Jordan Donahue, Shunsuke Sakino, and Ben Ziegler Namoa. It's Hunter Faldo at the catcher roulette position, catching for Liam O'Brien.
And I think that's one of the issues as well, has been the catching. Not having a go-to number 1 guy all season long.
Safea Villaruz Mawai swings and misses at an off-speed pitch coming down and in, strike 1.
It's not optimal, and I think the 3 guys have done as good a job as they probably can. And then I think the injury to Elijah Iquez has just been monumental. I think it has ended up being a bigger loss than even Jordan Donahue's injury was.
Slider down low. 1-1 to the former Rainbow Warrior, Villaruz Mawai.
And I say that only because Donahue hasn't been hitting since he came back from that injury.
And the swings he's been taking recently have been, he just looks fooled at the plate.
Yeah.
1-1. O'Brien's pitch. Swing, that's fouled off of his foot. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you would imagine against a hitter like Safea, you're not going to give him a fastball.
No, Safea, you know him from the Big Island. He's a character. Started his career at the University of Hawaii. Has just tremendous power. Hit a couple of home runs in their maybe the biggest win in program history, and they beat Wichita State earlier this year here.
1-2. O'Brien's pitch. Swing and a miss. That's another slider down and in. He chased it, and there's the second out of the inning. Second K for O'Brien.
I'll tell you right now, his slider looks really, really good, which means, you got that fastball working, and that slider, he's feeling his slider. Good luck.
No score, top of the first inning. Mooney at first, 2 out, and Cade Fujii, the cleanup hitter, hitting .266, 5 home runs, 26 runs driven in. That will certainly kind of ease the tension on the fastball if your slider's looking like that early on. Right-handed hitter waits. O'Brien's offering to him is a fastball, a little bit high, 1-0.
Very still. Well, the flags are moving out there, kind of Kona direction, looks like.
Yeah.
You mentioned possibility of some rain later on tonight, but
it looks like it's going to be more overnight than anything else, which is a good sign.
Yeah, because, when it rains, that's good sleeping weather.
1-0 fastball is away.
Don't you think?
It is.
Oh,
it is.
Love when it rains.
Yeah, the more of the likelihood of rain is actually tomorrow. Part of that storm system that's supposed to impact Kauai more than anything else.
Well, it's that time of year. It's spring, it's April. We always have lots of storms.
2-0. Fastball. This is lined toward right center field. Quant will watch that one fall in front of him for a 2-out hit. So Mooney over to second base. Fujii at first. And Casey Cudell, the Chaminade third baseman, stepping in. Yeah, the weather's gotten... the weather forecast has gotten interesting. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all with rain possibilities that have kind of increased 35, 40, 40% Friday through Sunday, respectively.
But does it say where?
Well, I'm looking at Honolulu.
Okay.
Right
well,
in our area.
Honolulu is a large county.
Yes, it is. These iPhones, they go by where you are.
That's why I have a Droid.
First pitch down and in, gets in the carpet. And the runner at second base, Mooney was thinking about heading toward third, but Faldo, the way it bounced, it rolled up the third base line and it forced the runners to stay put. Ball 1 to Cudell, who is hitting .261. A home run, 25 RBI, leads the team with 10 doubles, and has walked 24 times. Also Chaminade lead. O'Brien's 1-0. This is a chopper, middle of the diamond. Donahue waits for it on the high hop's got to hurry it over to second. He just got there. Just got to the base before Fujii did, and that ends the inning. Fielder's choice, 6 unassisted to retire the first. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We'll go to the last half of the first. Chaminade nothing. Hawaii coming to the plate. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods, always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Uke'e Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAND. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
All right, let's light up Rich Hill's batting order as Hawaii will come to the plate in a scoreless bottom of the first inning. His batting order is brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. Second baseman Shunsuke Sakaino's in the leadoff spot. He's followed by center fielder Matthew Miura. Ben Ziegler-Namoa, the first baseman, hitting third. The cleanup hitter, designated hitter, Itsuki Takemoto. Batting fifth in left field, Kamada Nahaku. Hitting sixth in right field is Jared Kwan. Third baseman Kedron Kinsey will bat seventh. Behind him, shortstop Jordan Donahue and catcher Hunter Faldo rounding out the nine. They'll take on Anthony Ocañas, the left-handed junior from Woodland, California. He was the opening day starter for Chaminade. Has had his issues here and there. 0-4 record, 6.92 earned run average in 39 innings of work. And the lefty will face lefty Shunsuke Sakaino. Swings at the first pitch, bounces it to Fujii at second. He'll toss it over to first baseman Villaruz Mawai for the first down of the inning.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of that on the road as well, how aggressive Hawaii was at the plate, swinging early in counts.
By the way, that is a different first baseman that we were not made aware of. Either that or Villaruz Mawai's got a brand new jersey. So leadoff man is on, and leadoff man's retired. Here is Matthew Miura. Miura, right-handed hitter and home plate umpire, looking over to the dugout. Now he's ready to go. Miura hitting 326. He takes a strike.
I got your answer, Josh.
What is
it? It is Safea. He's just wearing number 13.
Okay, well, good to know.
Yeah, they should have let us know probably before the game. That would be helpful.
I figured it was him anyway. Fastball's high, 1-1 to Miura. But sometimes, you know what they say, you don't like to assume, right?
Well, I try never to assume.
Miura, Hawaii's leading hitter by average, 1-1. Swings and lines this one right near the Chaminade bullpen right side. It's 1-2. The outfield left to right, Alex Greb, Jake Harper, and Jackson Dorn. Third to first, Casey Cudell, Evan Williams, Cade Fujii, and yes, Safea Villaruz Mawai. Behind the plate, Tristan Mooney. 1-2 to Miura is up and inside, 2-2. Ocañas, fastball will get around 86, so he's mid to high 80s. Change-up curveball. He's got his 4 pitches in there. 2-2. That's high and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Itsuki Takemoto after Ben Ziegler-Namoa. If either Miura or Ziegler-Namoa get on base, 3-2 is high, and there's ball 4. First base runner for Hawaii here with 1 out, the scoreless first inning.
Talking to assistant coach Matthew Inoue, he told me Ocañas, the hope is to get him a couple of innings of work. They only have 1 series left. I think you mentioned it, against HPU, and then go bullpen. But they'd like to get more than just 1 or even 2 innings out of this young man if they can.
Yeah, and you know, Chad Konishi said it too, is they are mindful of the fact that they have 4 more. And so you kind of play that within reason, like you're talking about. As Ben Ziegler-Namoa, 313 hitter, team best 32 RBI, takes a called strike, outer half of the plate, 0-1. tough weekend for Ziegler Namoa against UC Irvine.
Yeah, he was like 0 for 10 at one time. I know that.
Yeah, he was 0 for 11 in the series with a hit when he was hit by a pitch. That was it. 0-1. Breaking ball, a roller to second. Fujii struggles. He picks it up, throws it over to first. Not in time. Ziegler Namoa beat it out. Fujii, I think, started to turn the double play before he had the ball secured in his glove. And it's going to be an E4 that puts runners at first and second base.
Yeah, you're exactly right, though. I thought Fujii did a good job of reacting after he kind of booted the ball and made the right choice to go to first. It just didn't work out for him. So an E4, first error by either side.
Yeah, and Ziegler Namoa's got good enough speed. Just that slight little mistake, and he'll beat out anything up the line. So here's Itsuki Takimoto. 2 on, 1 out, no score, bottom 1. And the pitch to Takimoto with the runner going. That's outside and low. The throw to third. The tag on Miura. He's safe. And Matt's got his 14th stolen base of the year. He gets over to third base with Ziegler Namoa still at first.
Yeah, he stole that all the way off the pitcher. Plus, the third baseman was playing way off the line. Matt realized that and took off, and it was a lot closer play than it probably looked like it was going to be initially.
Credit to Mooney, the catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Next pitch bends Takimoto back a bit inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
But Miura usually has the green light. I mean, they do have ways of letting. He has a way of letting Coach Hill know if he thinks he can go, and Coach Hill will let him go ahead and do it if he thinks he can.
2-0. Takimoto looks at strike 1. Fastball on the outer half of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Itsuki hitting .286, a home run, 14 RBI.
I think this last month is going to be interesting in terms of the future of Itsuki Takimoto as a Rainbow Warrior as well.
2-1, breaking ball right over the outside edge, strike 2.
He's a sophomore eligibility-wise, but this is his third year of college, which makes him eligible for the draft in July, which that sounds funny now. It's in July, right? It's
That's
not
right.
in June anymore.
2-2. Here's a bouncer right side. Fujii has it, the second baseman to the shortstop, covering second for 1, on to first, not in time. It's a fielder's choice, 4-6. Miura will score from third base. Hawaii scores first. It's 1-0 here in inning number 1. Great effort by Fujii, having to range to his right to keep that from getting into center field. But Takimoto with the RBI, his 14th of the season. He's at first base, 2 out, and Kamana Nahaku to the plate.
Talk about manufacturing a run, a walk, an error, a walk, an error, a stolen base, and a fielder's choice to manufacture a run.
I was going to say that E and the F can look a little similar when you're right next to each other. 0-1 to Nahaku after looking at a fastball over the outside corner. Next pitch, that one grazes the outside edge as well. 0-2 to the Hawaii left fielder. Nahaku hitting .296, a team best 6 home runs, and 24 runs driven in.
By the way, nice to see Hawaii get on the board in the first inning. One of our keys we talked about with the offense being stymied by that Irvine pitching. You know, you're seeing like 100-degree.
0-2, swing and a miss on a pitch up and in. Nahaku strikes out, and the inning comes to an end. Hawaii does get a run without the benefit of a hit. 1 error, and a base runner left. Bose 1, Chaminade nothing. We'll head to the second in a moment. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hi, this is Dr. Charles Arakaki. I've been helping patients lose weight using the breakthrough medicine semaglutide. Many of my new patients are telling me that their insurance stopped covering their Ozempic and Wegovy prescriptions. Now it's too expensive for them. My team and I can help. For less than half the price of name brand drugs, our program includes custom prescribed medication, blood tests, medical monitoring, and 3D body scans. Call us at 808-582-8808. That's 808-582-8808.
By now, everyone has heard of GLP-1s for weight loss. Dr. Arakaki and MotoGen Medical are offering programs starting at $99. That's only $99 for the top GLP weight loss medication and a full medical weight loss program. Dr. Arakaki is more successful than others by using the Staiku Body Analyzer along with a complete medical program. If you're ready to start your weight loss journey, call MotoGen Medical and Dr. Arakaki at 808-562-5000. That's 808-562-5000.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 1, Chaminade nothing as we head to the second inning. Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, brought to you by Waiakea Hawaiian Volcanic Beverages as an official partner of UH Athletics. Waiakea's naturally alkaline water keeps Hawaii's athletes performing at their peak. Learn more at waiakea.com or find them at a Times or Foodland near you. The little victories. Liam O'Brien strikes out 2 in the top half of the first inning. Hawaii, you put it very well, manufactures a run in the bottom half of the first inning. You get your 1-0 advantage, and I'm sure for Liam O'Brien, it makes you feel a little bit better here going into the second.
Yeah, and he's coming off an inning in which he gave up a couple of base hits, but he also struck out a couple in the first inning. I thought something he can build on now going into the second inning.
And it's one of those things, too, where you'd rather him give up hits than not find the zone.
100%.
Andrew Carnes first to face O'Brien, and O'Brien, speaking of finding the strike zone, found the 5 on the back of Carnes' jersey. So the leadoff man will reach base. There, that will bring up Jackson Dorn. By the way, Hawaii getting that run in the bottom of the first. It snaps a couple of things. Hawaii was shut out in back-to-back games for the first time since 2018.
And I want to guess, was that Coastal Carolina?
No, it was CSUN and Cal Poly, and both at home. As here is Jackson Dorn, the right fielder. Pitch to him is rolled up the third base line and foul. Late swing from Dorn. The 2 hits in Saturday's game, a season low. It followed Friday's game where they had 3 hits, which was a season low. So
you're just the bearer of good news, huh, Joshua?
Yeah, facts are facts.
I hear you.
0-1. O'Brien's offering. Bunt shown. Dorn puts it down third base side. Charging is Kinsey. He'll throw on the run over to first to get the out. That was the only out they were going to get because the middle infielders crashed toward the corners. So runner gets over to second base on the sacrifice. There's 1 out here in the second.
Yeah, well executed. Nice job by Dorn. You know, he's getting good coaching. You got Keith Komeiji, former Rainbow, former Kaiser High School standout, was the catcher for Sid Fernandez back in high school. And longtime coach was Mike Trapasso's hitting coach for many, many years, along with Keith Komeiji as the pitching coach. And now they're both running the show here at Chaminade.
Here's Alex Greb, the left fielder, who takes down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. In fact, Coach Komeiji coaching over at third. He's got a good perch of things right in front of that third base coach's box. Greb coming in, hitting .220. Runner at second, 1 away. 1-0 Hawaii top 2. Long peek at second, 1-0 is poked back foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Greb. The other note on hitting, Hawaii has gone 5 consecutive games without registering double digits in hits. And Hawaii's 1-4 in that stretch. The only win was against USC.
Well, that's what happens when you face really good pitching, right? And that's what they and like I said, it wasn't that Hawaii didn't pitch poorly. Hawaii pitched pretty well too, albeit that one game against Cal Poly in which Liam O'Brien started. But the Hawaii pitchers kept Hawaii in all those games. It's just that the pitching for the opponent was just lights out.
1-1. Fastball misses off the inside corner. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Alex Greb.
And I thought, and I don't know what your opinion was because you were there, but just from 3,000 miles away watching on TV, I thought the last 2 games against Irvine, Hawaii looked really tired.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way.
And you can kind of tell by how quickly those games went by as well.
2-1, chop foul left side, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I look at it more as you can tell by the quality of at bat. And whether you start to see less and less competitive at bats at the plate. I didn't look at pitching and think of fatigue at all. It seemed everything with the bats. 2-2. Another peek at second from O'Brien. His pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Goes off speed again, right at the feet of the right-handed hitter. Greb strikes out. O'Brien's third, and there's 2 out here in the second. And the number 9 hitter, Evan Williams, the shortstop, will step in. Williams, in the second game against Point Loma, which was played here at Les Murakami Stadium, they played doubleheaders. He was 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI. Drove in 4 runs in that series against the 25th ranked team in the nation, according to D2Baseball.com. Williams, right-handed hitter, and he swings and puts one off the end of the bat down the first base line and foul.
Yeah, the Pac West getting ready for their tournament. Only the top 4, if I'm not mistaken, make it. Is it a 12-team league? I believe it's 12, 13 teams. It's a really big league now.
12 teams, but not everybody qualifies because some teams are still in transition.
Right, the transition to D2. But HPU right now, I think, finds themselves in third place. So that series against Chaminade is going to be huge for the Sharks.
0-1 foul tipped at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Williams. Yeah, right now, with Jessup not qualifying, HPU technically in 4th, but would be sitting at 3rd place.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to be pretty comfortable there behind Westmont and Point Loma. 0-2 offering. That's up and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one just didn't bite back toward the plate. Westmont ranked 9th in the country in the latest D2 baseball poll. O'Brien looks over at second base. The 1-2 is just a bit high.
You know, it was only a handful of years ago UC San Diego was in the Pac West.
That's right. That's right. I think they were in the CCAA before that, if I'm not mistaken. Carnes at second. O'Brien ready. He's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Another breaking ball running far away from the right-handed hitter. He chases. They'll complete the strikeout on the throw over to first, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a base runner left. We'll go to the last of the second, a 1-0 Hawaii lead, as you're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for flooring.
Contractor's license number C19140.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
To the bottom of the second, Hawaii leading 1-0 thanks to an Itsuki Takemoto RBI fielder's choice back in the first. Hawaii Baseball brought to you by the Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association. They are hiring journeymen and apprentices. Grow your career and go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com today to apply. Jared Quant, Kedron Kinsey, Jordan Donahue, 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order to face Anthony Ocañas, who's back out there for his second inning. Quant coming in hitting .304, and first pitch misses ball 1. 2 home runs, 28 RBI, 2 triples for Quant on the year, 1-0. And he looks at one right down the middle of the plate, strike 1. Our friend at Cabs Fam is here, sitting somewhere along the third base side of this facility. Bunt shown, pulled back, 2-1 the count. Took a picture, put it on social, and said hello. Says, "Let's go, Bows." Look for a guy who's got like the massive, those big hats, the larger than life ones.
Yes.
Fastball outside corner, strike 2 to Quant. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's where you'd find him. So we got no TE. So every once in a while we can kind of just shout out people, see where they are here at the ballpark. 2-2, breaking ball. Quant takes an awkward swing and tips it back foul. It's nice. All these different ballparks have very different vantage points when you call a game. I missed this vantage point. 2-2. Quant guides this into center field. Coming in is the center fielder Harper. He makes the catch. There's the first down of the inning. I say vantage point. You've been to many ballparks where
you've been to many as well now.
Not as many as you.
Maybe not.
But you have the higher view. You can see down a little bit more. it feels like a major league style ballpark because a lot of those press boxes are a bit higher. You feel like you're on like the 5th floor of a skyscraper.
We're spoiled.
We are.
In other words. Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of the Big West ballparks, as you know well, I mean, you're sitting outside in the bleachers and
Kedron Kinsey looks at a pitch inside ball one.
the ballparks typically are a lot smaller.
Mhm.
They don't draw anywhere near as many fans. Like right now, this is one of the smaller crowds we had. This would be a great crowd.
Oh, yeah.
For most college baseball games.
Next one, low and inside, 2-0 to the Hawaii third baseman. Yeah, we were just at UC Irvine. I think their best crowd was probably 1,100.
Well, the Hawaii series against Cal Poly set an all-time 3-game record.
That's right. 1-1 or 2-0, excuse me. Line back foul by Kinsey. 2 balls and a strike.
And you were part of that, Josh.
They didn't count me in the number.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
It broke a 20-year-old record.
Yeah, that really surprised me.
Yeah.
That series of all series too, right? I mean, it's not like Hawaii and Cal Poly and baseball are longtime rivals.
2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike. I think it had more to do, Hawaii fans just travel really well on the road.
Well, there are a lot of ex-Hawaii people that now have to live on the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I always hear the prosecutors, they travel well from Hawaii. No, 90% of those people live on the mainland. They're now getting a chance to go see their favorite team, which is Hawaii.
Well, not only that, you have the parents of the kids.
Right.
That last one fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, you do get occasional fans that will make road trips from here. They're just straight fans, but the vast majority of the fans on the road are those that live in the general vicinity.
Kinsey spoils the last pitch back foul, still 3-2. And then, let's face it, with Cal Poly, this is one of the better years they've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And this even goes back to when Brooks Lee, Larry Lee's son, was playing at shortstop. And so, as it is with a lot of these programs, when you win, people come. 3-2, and it's down low, ball 4, and Kinsey will get on base. A 1-out walk. Jordan Donahue coming to the plate. First, we pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports and Sporting Goods.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM. Part of the IO family of companies.
Scott Robbs, Josh Pacheco in the Robbs Leahy press box here at Les Murakami Stadium. It's a 1-0 Hawaii lead. Jordan Donahue swings to the first pitch, bounces it to third. Cudell over to second. It's high, and it goes into right field. Holding up at second for a moment was Kinsey. Now he'll get over to third. The throw is way late. Runners now at the corners with 1 out on the throw that was high by Cudell.
Yeah, it'll be a fielder's choice E5. Cudell just airmailed that one over to Fuji'i, who was trying to cover the bag. And a second error in the first 2 innings for the Swords.
And we saw that first error really kind of bite Chaminade a little bit in the first inning. So Hunter Faldo now at the plate. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Faldo hitting 200, swings at the first pitch and fouls that one here into the upper level right side. And a nice play made by a young fan. They're up in section GG to our right.
Nice job. I think even if that was a good throw by Cudell, I don't think they get the back end of the double play. I think they get the lead runner only, but it's a moot point now.
0-1 to Faldo. He takes a fastball upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. It has been between Faldo and Vergel de Dios and Palmera. No one's really been able to secure that spot behind the plate.
I'm going to guess on Friday who the catcher is going to be.
Swinging a foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Who?
Connor Palmera.
Well, you get a 1 in 3 chance.
Well, I say that because he played at Cal State Bakersfield.
That's very true.
Right?
That's right.
So I kind of have the feeling that he may get the starting nod on Friday.
1-2 is a bouncer to the right side. G, the second baseman, to the shortstop for 1. On to first, double play, inning over. Faldo grounds into a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, and the error does not end up biting Chaminade at the end of the day. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 base runner left. It's 1-0 Hawaii as we move to the third. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
This place they call paradise, I call my home. Blessed to be born and raised local ground.
With hotels, condo resorts, and vacation rentals on 5 Hawaiian islands, Castle Resorts and Hotels is a Kama'aina favorite, When you need a place to stay to attend a tournament, family function, or a golf getaway, visit castleresorts.com for special Kama-Aina rates.
H-A-W-A, 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 there ain't no other place like these islands.
Castle Resorts and Hotels. Born in Hawaii, built on hospitality, inspired by aloha.
H-A-W-A, there ain't no other place like these islands.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
1-0 Hawaii as we move to the third inning. Hawaii goes to the bullpen for the first time, and this call to the bullpen is brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. And for the first time in this game, the bullpen roulette goes to the right-handed senior Charlie Adamson out of Malibu.
Yeah, Adamson making his 13th appearance, all in relief. 0-1 mark, 4.97 ERA. He's thrown 12 2/3 innings, so basically an inning guy. 15 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .294 against the right-hander.
How would you grade out what we saw from Liam O'Brien in the first 2 innings?
Good. Mainly because I look and I see in 2 innings he struck out 4, and the column I was looking to watch the most today, 0 walks. He did hit a guy, gave up a couple of hits, but like you made mention earlier, I'd much rather see guys getting hits off him than he putting guys on base. So I think overall you have to be very happy with Rich Hill, and I think he's earned himself a chance to pitch again.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is, if you can trust in your slider, as Adams' first pitch bounced to the left side by Harper, shortstop Donahue on the run will throw him out.
His slider was really good tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. If your slider can locate, even if your fastball doesn't, that's kind of your lifeline. 1 away as Harper's retired. Here's Tristan Mooney, who had one of the 2 hits off of Liam O'Brien. O'Brien's line, 30 pitches, 18 for strikes. No runs, 2 hits, 4 Ks. You mentioned the hit batter. And the first pitch runs low, ball 1 to Mooney.
And Adamson's a guy that, if I'm not mistaken, I think his last outing this past weekend, he kind of struggled a bit. But he's a guy that's kind of, I think, on this road trip has earned by getting opportunities, more and more opportunities.
Called strike, bottom of the zone to Mooney. Yeah, that was the Saturday the Friday against UC Irvine. Pitch high and away, 2 balls and a strike. He came in the second inning after Sebastian Gonzalez took that line drive off his arm. He faced 3 batters. He didn't retire any of them, gave him 3 hits. So it's a chance for redemption for him. 2-1, Butt put down third base line, but it turns foul halfway up. And it's 2-2. So that almost seems like a theme here early on. Redemption. O'Brien trying to redeem himself. And now same thing here with Charlie Adamson. Although Adamson, I think, is a little more secure, in this spot.
I agree. But we saw guys like Jimmy Urban get some work on the road. That was significant for Hawaii. Of course, Magdaleno was outstanding. One guy I haven't heard quite a bit is Veloz.
Yeah, that's true. 2-2. Just misses down and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tristan Mooney with Villaru's Mawai on deck.
Another guy that impressed me on the road, and particularly in that USC game, was Max Jones.
Yeah. He's had a few very good outings.
Yeah, the USF transfer, and I thought he looked really good in that USC game.
3-2. Swing and a bouncer over the mound. Donahue, the shortstop, charges, gloves, throws on the run, and retires Mooney. 2 away.
Nice play by Jordan. He had a long way to come in, steadied his feet, squared up his shoulders, and threw a strike to first.
2 down, nobody on, 1-0 Hawaii. We're in the top of the third inning. And here is Safea Villaru's Mawai, who was struck out back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. I remember that first game, and Rich Hill kind of joked around, but he was serious at the same time. He was talking about how, he didn't really want to pitch to us. This is a hard grounder. One hopped over to Ben Ziegler. Namoa grabs it at the back of the infield, runs toward first base, records the out, and ends the inning 3 unassisted. 1-2-3 third from Charlie Adamson. We go to the bottom half with Hawaii holding a 1-0 lead. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Everyone knows Young's Fish Market for their Hawaiian food specialties and home of the Wow Lao Lao. But did you know they can cater your next baby luau, wedding, or corporate outing? Kalua pig, squid luau, chicken long rice, shoyu poke, lomi salmon, and choice of lao lao. Check out youngsfishmarket.com and order their various courses. Delivery and serving equipment rental available. Young's Fish Market in Kalihi at City Square.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods, always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Ukea Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAN. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
All right, we head to the bottom of the third. Hawaii 1, Chaminade nothing. The Bows are still looking for their first hit in this game. They'll have the top of the order, Sakaino, Miura, Ziegler, Namoa, facing off with Okanyas. Hawaii Baseball brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase.
Yeah, the offensive woes made the same trek across the pond with the team, or at least through it's only the third inning. But yeah, you're right. Hawaii held hitless. The one run coming on the RBI ground out by Takemoto.
I think I made the quip because remember the bats didn't show up in time
Santa
for the
Clara
first game.
Which reminded me of when Wichita State came here earlier this year.
That's right.
And I'd never heard that. Now twice in 1 year I've heard of it.
Shinsuke Sakaino grounded out in the first pitch he saw in the first inning. This time he looks at the first offering for strike one.
Well, maybe they should have wished that the bats never did show up.
Yeah. It's like they showed up late and left early, it felt like. 0-1. Here's the grounder right back up the middle. A base hit for Sakaino to start off the third.
Shinsuke must have heard you and got offended.
Hey, you were mentioning it during the break, so we'll mention it here and there throughout the broadcast. Extra Innings with Rich Hill is back. Excited for that. First episode coming up tomorrow night, 6 to 7, Diamond Sports Bar on Ke'eamoku. We'll do the Pacheco and Hart extravaganza there from 3 to 6. So come on by, spend the afternoon with us, enjoy some good food.
What time does Rich's show start?
6 to 7.
And they take phone calls?
We can.
Okay.
First pitch down low to Matt Meyer.
Or people can text like a lot of the other shows.
It's more of those shows where it's like you're kind of in on a conversation. We'll have some guests. We'll give away some stuff. It's a little more of like a kind of an intimate kind of feel as compared to some of the other ones. 1-0. Miura, hard grounder taken by Fujii at second. Flips to the shortstop for one on to first. A double play. 4-6-3. And there's 2 out here in the third.
Second double play turned in 2 innings, and really they had a chance to turn another double play in that second inning, but they kind of botched it. But Hawaii hitting ground balls right to Fujii. He's getting a chance to pick up a number of assists already.
Hawaii grounded into 2 double plays in Saturday's finale against UC Irvine. In that first game against UC Irvine, they grounded into a double play in each of the first 2 innings. That has been something that has kind of bugged them a little bit. 2 out, nobody on. 1-0 Hawaii, bottom 3. Here's Ben Ziegler Namoa. Reached on an error in the first inning. And he'll look at one down and away, ball 1.
Well, keep in mind, at one point during the season, Hawaii defensively led the country in turning double plays. And now, right now, when they're struggling a bit, they're probably leading the country in hitting into double plays.
1-0. Next pitch from Okanyas is outside.
But that's just sports, and that's baseball.
Yeah.
You know, there are ebbs and flows. Even the Dodgers lose once in a while.
I was going to say, even the Giants lose every once in a while.
Yeah, they got pounded today. It's all right.
2-0 is lined into center field. Coming in, diving. And did he make the catch? He did. Wow. The center fielder, Harper. He was playing deep out in center field and was able to make the play and end Hawaii's chances there in the third. No runs. Hawaii did get its first hit, but a double play erased Sakaino. Nobody left on base. Through 3, It is 1-0 Hawaii leading Chaminade. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, looking for a financial institution that understands your needs? At Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you live your best financial life. Whether you're looking for a great savings account, low-interest loans, or the best in personal banking, we've got you covered with great rates and friendly service. Plus, we're locally owned, so you're more than just a member. You're family for life. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, serving Hawaii with aloha every step of the way. Become a member today at hificu.com or visit us in person. Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm Hal.
I'm Jerry.
I'm Kehao.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us.
Ita-utilistahan nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us.
We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahilona from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
We go to the fourth inning. It is 1-0 Hawaii leading Chaminade. The lone run for the Rainbow Warriors, an RBI fielder's choice from Itsuki Takemoto. The Bows trying to start off this homestand, which includes Cal State Bakersfield, which includes some key matchups against Oregon State. Trying to start it off on the right footing. And it's Charlie Adamson who's back out for inning number 4. He'll face Cade Fujii. And to tell you all about it, Scotty Robbs.
Thank you very much, Joshua. Glad to have you back home. We missed you.
I missed you.
I enjoyed listening to you on the road, though. You did a great job.
Thank you.
As you mentioned, Fujii will step in. Cade, the cleanup hitter, the second baseman, singled back in the first inning. And the first pitch down from Adamson is at the knees for a strike. Liam O'Brien got the start, looked good. Gave up a pair of hits, no runs, did not walk a batter, struck out 4. Did hit a batter as well. And Adamson came in last inning and set the Soars down in order. High fly ball playable out towards center field, drifting back near the warning track goes Miura to pull it in for out number 1. Well, Fujii, not a big guy. He's the second baseman, but he's batting in the cleanup spot. We saw him hit a ball a lot farther than I thought it would go. He must be a little stronger than he appears.
We've mentioned Cade Fujii's name a lot here in the first 3
Well,
innings.
because he's
that's right.
He's committed an error, and he's also turned 2 double plays. So a fly out for the first out here in the 4th inning. 1-0 Hawaii leads. Here's Casey Kudell, the third baseman, reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, and Adamson's first pitch is a strike. Kudell, Kudell, bats left, throws right. He's a senior, 6 foot, 195 pounder, as he bounces one, or actually hits one in the air out towards shallow left. Going back is Donahue to reach up and pull it in. Donahue running a pattern like he's looking to get a pass from J.J. McCarthy, and he makes the catch going towards shallow left field.
You homer, you.
Yeah.
That we'll call that our catch of the day. It's brought to you by
Yeah.
Young's Fish Market, home of the Wow Lao Lao. That the ability to read that, because that ball was not well struck, but he read that real quick off the bat.
It was kind of a lazy, slow floater that Donahue ran under. Here's Andrew Carnes, the designated hitter. He was the hitter that was hit by the pitch by O'Brien to lead off the second inning. Got as far as second, and that was it as O'Brien settled down. So 1-0 Bows, top of the 4th inning. Last Tuesday matchup for Hawaii this season, which means the last chance against the D2 schools. Hawaii 3-0 against the D2 schools here in 2025. Already beat Chaminade earlier in the year, also HPU and UH Hilo. Carnes batting from the right side. The 1-1 pitch is bounced back up the middle to find its way into the outfield for a 2-out single. So Carnes bounces one through. And that is hit number 3 of the evening for the Silver Swords.
I mean, you mentioned 3-0, but every one of those games against the D2 opponents were competitive.
They absolutely were. You're right. Including the one here.
That's right.
The first time they met. So 2-out base hit brings up the right fielder, Jackson Dorn. Dorn laid down a nice sacrifice back in the second inning. Bats from the left side. 2 down, 1-0 UH. First pitch swinging, lines within the left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. So Doran goes opposite field to left for a hard hit single. First hit off Adams, or make that second hit off Adamson in a row. Charlie had set down the first 5 batters he had faced since coming in to start last inning. It's a little threat coming from Chaminade now. We'll see if the number 8 hitter, the left fielder, Alex Greb, can do anything. He struck out swinging in the second inning against O'Brien. So 2 aboard, 2 away, top of the 4th inning. Adamson from the stretch toes the rubber on the first base side, gets the sign from Faldo. Brings that pitch down, hit on a hop to second. Sakino up with it, pauses, brings it over to first, and retires Greb and the Silver Sword. So Chaminade makes it look a little interesting with 2 outs, but unable to push a run across. So no runs, a pair of hits, no Hawaii errors, and 2 runners left on base. We'll head to the last of the 4th, 1-0 Hawaii. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, my name is Gino Sequena, Executive Director of the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council, an organization that has served Hawaii for over 6 decades. We are one big wahana of the top 15 construction trade unions in Hawaii, and it's highly likely that you, your friends, or family members are employed by one of our trades. No matter where you go in Hawaii, you're bound to see one of the projects or communities we have helped build and sustain. Mahalo to all of you for your support to help us in working together to build a better tomorrow.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for flooring.
Contractor's license number C19140.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
You at Les Murakami Stadium in Manoa here on this Tuesday evening. Hawaii leading the Silver Swords 1-0. As the Swords will go to the bullpen and bring in a left-hander,
Max Zawistoski.
Zawistoski.
Zawistoski. Just learned that just now. It wasn't on our pronunciation.
No,
yet,
we don't have a pronunciation. Zawatoski, huh?
Zawistoski.
Stoski. Okay.
2-3 record. He's got a save in 42 2/3 innings, 7.38 earned run average. So you're seeing some guys who are getting important innings, and they've got important games coming up against HPU. And Chad Konishi wants them to get some action here against Hawaii's hitters.
So Zawistoski steps in, or actually he toes the rubber. First pitch down to Takimoto is fouled back. Suki Takimoto, the DH, batting in the cleanup spot, followed by Kamana Nahaku and Jared Quantz. So Takimoto, who drove in the only run of the game, with the fielder's choice ground out back in the first inning. 0-1. Zawistoski's next pitch is down for a strike. Max is a 6'1", 205-pound sophomore. He's out of Coto de Caza, California. Went to J. Sarah Catholic High School, and that's a very, very good athletic school. But Coto de Caza is also the hometown of the Real Housewives of Orange County, as there's a called strike 3 to Takimoto, and he will take a seat. It's true, Josh.
Of all the things that you pulled out, you pulled that one out of the hat.
Well, it's kind of sad that I actually know that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, my mind is full of a lot of worthless information.
By the way, Anthony Ocañas, his final line, the Chaminade starter, 1 unearned run, a hit, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Not too bad for him.
Not too bad. And that's the first time a Hawaii batter struck out tonight, by the way. So Takimoto strikes out to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. In steps Kamana Nahaku, the left fielder. He struck out in the first inning. And Nahaku is a guy, it was just a couple of weeks ago up at Northridge where he just went ballistic, 5 home runs, Golden Spike National Player of the Week. But the last 3 weeks or so, he has really come down to earth as he looks at a pitch that is inside. I mean, it's important as Hawaii goes down the stretch, Josh, that he starts finding his hitting shoes again, if you will. Nahaku waits the 2-0 pitch. Misses again. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, when you say he's hitting shoes, it doesn't necessarily mean he needs to hit 3 home runs in a
No.
game, but use his wheels to his advantage. Get on and get moving.
Yeah, his batting average still looks impressive at 296, but it was way higher than that just a couple of weeks ago. There's ball 4. Nostowski's first walk after striking out Takimoto. So Hawaii has a base runner aboard with 1 away in the 4th inning. Brings up Jared Quant, the right fielder. Quant fly to center. And I think for the rest of my life, whenever I think of Jared Quant, I will think of steak fries.
Why?
Because his mother brought you over some steak
Oh,
fries at
that's
Irvine.
right. That's right.
There's a swing and a foul off at the plate. And I'm driving, going to softball, listening to you talking about this
This is not just
monstrosity of food.
Not
that's
just any kind of steak, tri-tip
No,
steak.
and Josh, I think you mentioned, I think you said, it's only about 4 something, and it was. And you go, not quite dinner time. You're probably still, you already had lunch. And, I hope I'm not making you hungry. And I was like, you son of a gun. Now, I wasn't, but I am now. And then I come home and I look on Twitter or X, and you actually posted a picture.
I did.
And I was like, I got to go to Irvine next year or in 2 years when you go back up there.
Well, this is the last time we're going to Irvine.
Well, not necessarily. I have a
Unless
feeling,
it's a midweek game.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll still face some Big West teams.
Right.
And I think Irvine might be one of those.
I hope so.
I do too. I mean, it's a really good program. 1-1 to Quant. Runner at first. They go over there, back to the bag in plenty of time. Is Nahaku.
And let me tell you, those tri-tip fries were great.
Well, the question is, when were you able, because I don't think people realize it's kind of hard to eat and describe a game at the same
Take
time.
a bite between innings.
Okay. So it lasted you the game.
Yes.
Did you go to dinner after the game? That's the question.
Definitely not.
And I got another thing I've got to pick with you while you're gone on the road.
Oh, there's a lot. I know there's a lot.
Oh, my goodness. People don't realize Josh and I, we keep in contact even when he's away. And I don't know if this is a forgivable sin. We'll get to it here in a moment.
I know where this is going.
1 ball, 1 strike. There goes the runner. They go to first. The pickoff is them. The relay back to second, and they get the base runner. So they got Nahaku. Good job by Zawastowski. Brought it over to first. That time they got got Nahaku breaking the second. They'll go 1-3. Was that 4 or 6? I believe that was 6, right?
Yeah.
Caught stealing.
Yeah. That changes the complexion of the inning.
Yeah, and that makes it go from 1 out to 2 outs, and the base is empty. And the swing and a miss by Quant makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Josh is a lifelong Giants fan. He was in Orange County. The Giants were playing the Anaheim Angels on Sunday, yesterday, 1 or 2 days ago. Another pitch foul off at the plate. And instead of just going home on Sunday, and I don't blame you, to be honest with you, after 2 weeks on the road, Josh elected to go home on the red eye after Saturday's game, where he could have gone to see his beloved Giants just a couple of blocks down the street from where he was staying. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there, called strike 3. But Josh elected to come home. He has still yet to see a Giants baseball game. He could have gone to see the Giants. Quant will take a seat. Hawaii goes down quietly here in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We played 4 complete here in Manoa. Remains Hawaii 1, Chaminade nothing. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN 1420.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Our water originates atop the Mauna Loa volcano as rain and snow melt, filtering through thousands of feet of porous volcanic rock and re-emerging at the surface as refreshingly crisp, naturally alkaline water. Learn more at waiakea.com and find us at most stores across the islands. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Scott Robs, Josh Pacheco back with you inside the Robs Leahy press box. We have played 4 innings in a very competitive contest. 1-0 Hawaii leads. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for the Bows. 0-4-2 for the Swords. And for the third time in this ball game, we have a new Hawaii pitcher, or at least the third different pitcher. Liam O'Brien started. He went 2 shutout innings, struck out 4. Charlie Adamson went 2 shutout innings. And now we have Zach 10 making the appearance, a 6', 185-pound sophomore right-hander out of Kailua and Iolani School. He's a guy that's kind of had an up-and-down season, Josh, but more up recently than down.
Absolutely. 1-1 mark, a 6.75 earned run average in 18 2/3 innings. He was called into extended work in that Friday game when Sebastian Gonzalez got hurt. 2 1/3 innings, a run on a hit with a couple of strikeouts and a couple of walks. Definitely on the up as of late.
Evan Williams, the shortstop, batting in the 9th spot, will lead things off. And then we'll head to the top of the order. You know, one thing about Zach 10, it was kind of a bummer because he got the start against USC, right? Was it the SC game?
It was.
And I thought he looked pretty good.
He did.
And then that ran into a little problem, and then he gave up a grand slam. Walked a couple of guys, hit a batter after looking really sharp for the first couple of innings, and then 1 fly ball. But luckily for Hawaii, that was really all the offense SC had that whole day.
Yeah.
And Hawaii was able to work their way back and rally in the 9th inning and beat the Trojans.
By the way, that call of the bullpen brought to you by H-Camp, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com.
0-2. 10 Wines pitched down into the carpet. Yeah, you got to go on the road and actually see real dirt and grass, didn't you?
I did.
It was kind of weird going, he throws that one into the dirt.
I did have to catch myself a couple times.
I bet you did.
Kason Rainieri, by the way, looks like he'll be the next man in for Hawaii. He's warming in the bullpen.
Good to know. 1-2 the count. The pitch from 10. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 10 gets Williams for the strikeout. 1 away.
The one thing you like here early on is regardless of who's been pitching, yeah, you have the hit by pitch from O'Brien. 5 strikeouts, 0 walks from Hawaii pitching so far.
Yeah, Adamson did not strike out nor walk a hitter in his 2 innings. All right, we'll head to the top of the order now. And Jake Harper, the center fielder, he has struck out and he has grounded out. This is a Chaminade team that comes in with a 247 batting average on the year. The pitch pulled high on the ground towards first, but foul. And they have a team ERA of 6.52, 17 wins on the year for Chaminade. Talking to Matty Noy, I said, have you guys made strides? And he said, yeah, I think we're a little bit better than we were last year. His personal goal for the team was to win 20 games, which is still within reach with that 4-game series against HBU. 17-28. This is year 2 after the program was dormant for 40 years. There's a ball lifted over third base into left field for a base hit. So going opposite field was Harper. Swung a little late on that pitch from 10 and got it over Kinsey into left field. Nahaku brought it in quickly and a base runner aboard with 1 away.
5 hits now for Chaminade, more than what they had in the 9 innings in their first meeting with Hawaii when they lost 9-4.
So 1 down, 1 aboard. Here's Tristan Mooney, the catcher. Mooney singled back in the first, grounded out to short in the 3rd inning, and the pitch down from 10 a bit high and away. Yeah, the Swords about hit Hawaii 5-1, and we're in the 5th inning already. Outfield playing straight away. Kinsey in on the green at 3rd. There goes the runner, the swing, the miss, the throw, the tag, and it will be late. And the ball actually gets away from Donahue, and sliding in safely with a stolen base is Jake Harper.
2nd of the year for Harper. Chaminade steals at a 78% clip. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. But more importantly, with 1 away now, the tying runners in scoring position. And Tristan Mooney with a 1-1 count. Kinsey still creeping in a little bit at 3rd, and the pitch waved at and missed. So Hawaii, Cal State, Bakersfield beginning on Friday, Saturday evenings, and then, of course, the Sunday afternoon affair. T-shirt Sunday.
Yeah.
1-2. That one fouled off the foot.
Although you're wearing a T-shirt tonight.
Well, it's Tuesday. I didn't let you know, but
It starts with a T, so it's T-shirt.
Any day that ends with a Y, I typically have a T-shirt on unless I'm working.
Note, by the way.
I guess I am working now.
Well, note the Saturday game, because Saturday's game is an earlier start time because
is
of the
it?
Big West Championship game. So Saturday will start 4 o'clock first pitch.
Okay, so they're doing that in case,
Yeah.
or in hopes of Hawaii being in the championship game,
right,
of the Big West tournament. I think that's a smart move, actually. Here's the 1-2. Well outside. Yeah, the Big West tournament, Thursday through Saturday. 2 games Thursday. Hawaii and Long Beach State, the top 2 seeds, so they get a bye. They won't play until the semifinals on Friday. The 2-2. That one goes to the backstop, gets away from Faldo, going over to third now. 90 feet away is Harper.
Pass ball.
So that will be a pass ball on Faldo.
What do you think this says, by the way? Hawaii's infield coming in here.
Well, I think you have to. I mean, this offense has just gone ice cold. Shut out their last 2 games. They have 1 run on 1 hit here against a Division II opponent. Not good. And Mooney, a base hit away from Tyna. Here's the 3-2. And that one's high and outside. Ball 4. That's not bad. So that is the first walk issued by Hawaii pitching here this evening. 1 out base on balls to Mooney. So runners on the corners now. And now you have to be careful because you start getting to the better hitters in the lineup
And
for the
guess who you
Chaminade team.
face? You got Sofia Villaruz Mawai coming up, which presents a whole bunch of problems in and of itself.
So you see Rich Hill slowly making his way out of the third. Oh, now he's jogging out of the third base dugout. Come on, Rich. It's Tuesday. People have to go to work in the morning. We had a really good conversation, Rich and I, about shaving our heads.
Yeah,
before the game. You were there because
I was caught in the middle of this.
Literally,
Yes.
in the middle. I always told Rich I admired how soft and shiny his head is, how he can get it like that. And he told me he's a big guy. See, us bald guys that shave our heads, we have all different ways of doing it. So I wanted to find out what his his system, and he bicks it, and he wears hats, and he moisturizes.
Now, Bic, for some that don't know, if they don't know the brand, that's the razor.
Yeah, it's a razor.
And you are?
I'm lazy. Yeah, I don't like to do my head all the time. So I kind of sometimes let it grow, and then I have clippers. I have a couple of different kind of clippers, but yeah, it's like it can be
And since I was caught in the middle because we were trying to tape the Rich Hill show at this point in time, my way to break this conversation was I'll join this in 10 years.
Yeah, maybe a little sooner, Josh. I hate to tell you
Like
that.
keep wearing hats. You're darn sure that's going to be sooner.
All right, here's a big at bat. Coach back in the dugout. Villaruz Mawai steps to the plate. He struck out back in the first and grounded out 2 first in the third inning. Runners on the corners, 1 away, 1-0 Hawaii. And 10 brings the first pitch down. It's low, blocked by Faldo, keeps it out in front of him. You also have to keep an eye on Mooney. I know he's a catcher, but don't be surprised if they send him. I mean, these games for Chaminade, they have nothing to lose.
Right.
Chad Konishi can be pretty aggressive, the head coach for Chaminade. And that pitch is lined back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Mawai comes through, driving in the run from third on an RBI single to center, and we're tied at 1. Sofia just bounced that one right back up the middle. No chance for either the shortstop Donahue or Sakino, the second baseman, to get to it.
In these 2 games that Chaminade and Hawaii have played against one another, that's been the first true meaningful at bat that Villaruz Mawai has had in an RBI situation. And that's what Hawaii was worried about in that first game. Same thing here. And he comes through with RBI number 36.
Yep, 6th hit of the game for the Swords. In steps the cleanup hitter, Cade Fujii. And he looks at a ball. Fujii singled in the first inning and then hit a fly ball to deep center field. He pushed Miura all the way to the track. Fujii out of Kapolei went to Porterview Porterville College as he rips one foul down the left side.
Oh, they had the runners in the
Yeah, I was going to say the runners were going as well.
Hawaii's got a lefty and a righty. I think that's Ronan who's throwing now for Hawaii in the bullpen. So Rich Hill, I think this is the kind of situation where now you're in situational mode. This isn't we're following a script. This is situational managing at this point.
Fuji listed at 5'10", 185 pounds. The pitch pulled inside the bag at third. It's a fair ball past Kinsey. That will score the go-ahead run. Villaru's Mawai slides into third, and going into second with an RBI double is Fujii, and Chaminade leads it 2-1.
Kate Fujii's had himself one heck of a game so far. He's been busy at second base. He's already got now 2 hits. Chaminade's as confident as they have been in a while, and Rich Hill has seen enough.
So we were talking about Zach 10 and how he kind of, he struggled a week ago in that SD. Well, didn't really struggle. Had one bad inning, but has been on the upside of recent late. But not here against Chaminade. He's not even getting out of one inning of work. He's going to last a third of an inning, and that's going to make Rich Hill go to the bullpen. All right, partner, what do you want to do? You want to keep it here, or should we throw it to a break?
Let's step aside for a minute as this pitching change brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. We'll come back in just a minute. 2-1 Chaminade, your score. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, voted Hawaii's best carpet and flooring company. Stop by Abbey's showroom on Nimitz Highway and see the amazing 7MTC flooring. This revolutionary product is made out of melamine. It's resistant to fading, stains, and even pet scratches. Come by and see the Scratch Test Challenge. 7MTC, available now at Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Abbey Carpet and Floor, where Hawaii goes for flooring.
Contractor's license number C19140.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
It's time to get this show started.
Round 1 begins Thursday, April 24th.
I'm the most guaranteed person you could take.
Live from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
They're both going to go pretty high, despite the fact that people say they should. It's our first surprise of the night.
He's going to remember this for the rest of his life. And so will I, and so will my family. This is just a dream come true.
The NFL Draft.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Back at Les Murakami Stadium, we're in the top of the 5th inning where Hawaii's had to go to the bullpen and bring in a new pitcher, Zach 10, who started this inning, almost only able to get one batter out. He has given up 4 straight batters have reached base. 3 of them via the hit, 2 runs across, and it's a 2-1 Chaminade lead here in the 5th. So the new pitcher for Hawaii is the right-hander Max Jones, 5'9", 180-pound grad transfer out of the University of San Francisco, a San Diego native. In that game a week ago against USC, he came in after 10 had struggled, and I thought Max Jones did a really good job of keeping the Trojans off the board, giving Hawaii a chance to rally for the win in the 9th inning.
Yeah, got through that inning, pitched an inning, did walk 3, but for the most part did well. He pitched in that Friday game against UC Irvine, 2 innings, 2 walks, no runs, no hits. Jones coming in, a 1-0 record, a .90 earned run average in 10 innings of work. This is his 9th appearance, 8th out of the pen.
Well, he comes in a very precarious situation with runners at second and third and only 1 out. Hawaii not playing the infield in here for Casey Kudell, the third baseman. And the pitch down misses. Kudell has reached on the fielder's choice, and he is lined out to Donahue at short. 2-1 Silver Swords, top of the 5th inning. The next pitch from Jones inside bounces away to the right of the catcher, Faldo, but not too far.
You know, in a non-Division I over Division I stunner today, Louisiana Christian out of the NAIA beat McNeese.
Wow, McNeese is not a bad team.
26-7.
There's a ball hit in the air out towards left center field. That's going to be problems, and it is. It lands in fair and bounces all the way to the wall. That will score 2 more runs into second base. Kudel with a 2 RBI double to left center field, and it's a 4-1 Swords lead. Both those runs will be charged to Zach 10. He'll go a third of an inning, allowing 4 earned runs, and look out. Here comes Chaminade.
Remember when Chaminade in that first game against Hawaii, they scored 4 runs. They had that 4-run first inning. That was their big inning. And so Hawaii's trying to hope that this is their one and only big inning.
First pitch swing, ground ball out to second off the bat of Carnes, and bringing it over to first is Sekino for the out. But how about Hawaii trailing Chaminade here in the middle of the game now? And Chaminade sends their 8th hitter to the plate as Jackson Dorn, the right fielder, steps in, batting from the left side. Big inning for the Swords, 4 runs. They're out hitting Hawaii 8-1. Bouncing ball towards first. Up with it is Ziegler Namoa. He'll step on the bag with the left foot to end the frame. But a big inning it was for Chaminade as they come up with 4 runs on 6 hits. There was no Hawaii errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. We played 4.5 now here in Manoa. Scoreboard reads Chaminade 4, Hawaii 1. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank you very
Lex
much.
Brody's Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
You won't get it anywhere else. Lex Brody's Tire Company.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Ushijima Architects.
We're halfway through this one in Manoa, and UH, the home team, finds themselves looking up at the Chaminade Silver Swords. 4-1 Swords lead Hawaii. And the Swords will go to the bullpen. They bring in a new pitcher, the 3rd of the ball game, and it's a right-hander. His name is Chris Cody, 6'2", 195-pound junior out of Orange, California, and Irvine Valley College.
His numbers coming in 4-3 in 39 1/3 innings, 6.18 earned run average. So, I mean, you're seeing Chad Konishi. He is just like he did for the first few innings, I think, of their last meeting. A lot of the tried and true arms. This certainly means something to them, and the way that they're throwing guys out there, it is matching that.
No question. Hawaii will send the bottom 3rd of their order. Kinsey, Donahue, and Fowler. And the first pitch down, cut on a miss by Kedron Kinsey, who walked back in the second inning, got as far as 3rd on an error, and that's as far as he got. Hawaii's lone run came in the bottom of the first inning on an RBI ground out by Takimoto. The next pitch firing the fastball. And that's a good fastball Cody has. It's a strike at the knees, 0-2. So a 4-run 5th inning gives the Swords the lead. It's not by accident. They have 8 hits. Hawaii has 1. The 0-2 misses. You know, we talk about the catching position kind of being it is a revolving door, but so has the third base position. And it's amazing how one injury can really throw everything all around. Breaking pitch down low. You just kind of wonder where this team would be at right now if they didn't have a hurt Elijah Iquez. How much? And Iquez has been gone for a while now. Hoping to get him back. The 2-2 pitch hit down the right field side. They'll land in for a base hit. So a line drive single to right by Kinsey to start things here in the 5th inning for Hawaii. Their first hit since the 3rd inning and only the 2nd of the evening.
Kedron Kinsey has very quietly been a bit more consistent at the plate. That's now 3 consecutive games that he has hit in. He's not doing anything flashy at the plate, but if he keeps getting on base and keeps putting together good at-bats, he could be an everyday guy until Iquez comes back.
I agree. Of course, we've seen Zage Lancaster there. We've seen Draven Nushida at times as well. You can play Nushida there for that lefty-righty matchups, when you have kind of pitcher that maybe matches up better with the left-hander. There goes the run of the pitch hit in the air towards the gap in left center field. They'll drop in for a base hit. It's cut off by the center fielder, Harper, and on his way into second. And being thrown out is Donahue. Good job in center. Harper cut that one off in the alley, quickly brought it in. I think Donahue didn't think he would be able to get it into second in time, but the relay throw gets there in time. The tag's applied, and Donahue is out. Kinsey does get over to third, but there's one away, and that's a big out.
That's a heck of a throw. I mean, Harper lost his cap, had to spin his body, turn the opposite way, and got a dart over there. I was surprised that he got it there.
That will be a single for Donahue, thrown out trying to stretch it into a W, and into a double, and here's Hunter Faldo, the catcher.
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, scheduled hitter.
Yes.
I'm going to guess without looking, I'm going to think it's Snow. I mean, not Snow.
Salmon?
Salmon, thank you.
Well, we will find out together because we are watching. Let's see who it's going to be. It's good. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be Jack Salmon.
Tuesday nights are always good for a little salmon. So let's see what Jack Salmon can do as the pinch hitter here in the 9th spot for Faldo, which means, of course, we will have a new catcher.
Is that payback because it's dinner time and we haven't eaten dinner yet?
Yeah, my stomach is, well, I'm not a big seafood guy, so. So Hawaii trying to get back on the board for the first time since the 1st inning. The breaking ball down to Salmon from Cody is in there for a strike.
By the way, the in-game adjustment brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase.
0-1, cut on and missed. Hawaii coming in 25-13. Cody taking his time, fires way outside. Oh, you look at this Hawaii team, and you would have thought coming into this game after a difficult road trip that this might be exactly what the doctor ordered. Chaminade obviously has different plans. Swords lead 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch down to Salmon. Just misses outside.
Tough take.
Yeah.
Interesting to see Chaminade playing this where the infield's not in, but you look at the middle of the infield, especially playing halfway in.
Yeah, they're playing halfway in. That's exactly what they're doing. Just in case. And there's a hard hit ball past the second baseman into center field for a hard hit single for Salmon. That will bring in Kinsey from third, and RBI pinch hit single for Salmon. And it's now a 4-2 ball game as that run scored is brought to you by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
It's not just sporting goods.
It's a way of life.
We got it.
Yeah, it only took all season. So Salmon comes off the bench, delivers the much-needed RBI single to make it a 4-2 ball game. And we'll head to the top of the order now. And Shinsuke Sakino, the second baseman. He has a hit in 2 plate appearances. The pitch down is way outside from Cody. So good to see Salmon getting the base hit. And we know that the history of this Hawaii team this season is when they fall behind, nobody panics because they tend to find a way to chip away at the deficit. And that's why it was kind of surprising in the Long Beach State series, I thought, as well as maybe a couple of the games on the road, that that Manoa magic just wasn't there. By the way, Salmon, that was his 4th RBI. I guess you can't expect him to win every game.
That's true.
And now Sakino has worked the count to 3 balls and no strikes. 1 down, 1 across, 4-2, Chaminade. And there's ball 4. So Sakino draws the base on balls. He'll go down to first base. As Salmon will advance to second. And we are going to get a mound visit now. Chad Konishi, the head coach / pitching coach. And if I'm not mistaken, I think did Chad play for Rich? I think he did, gosh. Because Rich, before he went to San Diego, he was the head coach at University of San Francisco, and Chad played at the University of San Francisco. I want to say that he played or he coached for Rich maybe at the very beginnings of his career after he was foul playing, that being Chad Kunishi. So the mound visit continues as the home plate umpire slowly makes his way. That's Jim LeBeau. Good to see local umpires here today. Jim LeBeau, John Matson, and Jed Andrade. Don't get a chance to see those guys a whole lot. They do a good job. They've done a good job here tonight. They've done as good a job or better than a lot of the umpiring we've seen this year. I think umpiring this year has been not that good. Seen a lot of bad umpiring, and I mean, that's going to happen. All right, so the mound visits Powell. Stepping in with 2 on and 1 out is Matt Miura. Walked and scored in the first, hit into a double play in the third. Big RBI chance for Miura, and turning and going back to second is Cody with the throw, and back into the bag in plenty of time is Salmon. Hawaii hasn't stolen any bases. I doubt they would go in this situation, but you never know. But part of that reason is they just have not had a lot of base runners to really do anything. Cody's first pitch is down and inside.
Tough part for Cody. He's missing, but he's not missing by a lot. So right now he's not getting any favorable stuff from Jim LeBeau back there behind the plate.
Well, the D2 schools are familiar with the local umpires, obviously, because they do work the D2. There's a high pop-up into shallow center field. The second baseman, Fujii, drifts back a few and makes the catch for the second out, and that's a big out, getting Matt Miura. So Miura can't deliver, and it'll be up to Ben Ziegler-Namoa, who's still looking for his first hit. Well, since last Tuesday, did he have a hit against SC? He went hitless in the Irvine series.
He had the homer, and
That's
he
right.
had the go-ahead single.
He drove into 3 runs, and that's right. He had a heck of a good game against SC. That's the last time he had a hit. He's too good a hitter, though, to go this long. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error in the first inning. 2 aboard. Ziegler-Namoa looks, and then offering outside and low. Salmon out at second. At first, it's Sakino. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-2, Chaminade leads. Ziegler-Namoa swings it from the left side, a right-hand throwing. Cody brings on a pitch that Ziegler-Namoa can't catch up with. He swings and misses, and it's 1-1. The Chaminade pitching hasn't been too shabby today, is it?
Not bad at all.
For a team that has a pretty astronomical team ERA. They've held Hawaii to 4 hits and 2 runs. Cody ready again, brings that pitch inside for the ball.
Talked to Ben before the game, and as happy as he is to be back home, he just said, sometimes you just get tired of being on the road after a couple of weeks. Don't we all?
It's fun for the first couple of days.
Sure.
The 2-1 pitch comes inside and misses. 3 balls and a strike.
Because you can break it up with things like going to, you go to the childhood home of Rich Hill, and and that's really cool. That's the first week of the trip, though. You've still got another week and a half to go. It's hard to lighten things up when you've got other responsibilities.
3 balls, 1 strike. They go to second base, a runner back, and lots of time. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Chaminade, 2-4-0 for Hawaii. The UH has 2 aboard with 2 away, and they've been a clutch 2-out scoring team all season long. Count favors Ziegler Namoa. Now time called at the plate. Jim LeBeau.
Yeah, Cody was looking toward the first base dugout. And I'm not sure.
The umpire wants to look at, did he do something to his glove?
No,
the pitch comm?
Yeah, I think it's pitch comm. It is pitch comm. See, he has it on his wrist as compared to like Hawaii, for example. They have it in their cap. And so there was an issue. That's why he was looking toward the dugout. And the home plate umpire said, yeah, it's just the pitch comm thing. It's not a visit. We're good.
I'm glad we got that all squared away. Ziegler Namoa steps back in with a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Down by a pair, 2 runners aboard. Chris Cody comes set, winds, delivers. That pitch lofted in the air, out towards deep center field. Going back is Harper at the track, at the wall. It's gone! Ben Ziegler Namoa, 1 week after hitting one out at LMU against USC, hits a 3-run home run over the center field wall, and Hawaii regains the lead 5-4.
That's a slump buster.
No kidding.
And he was lamenting when we talked earlier today about going 0-4 in that UC Irvine series and said, I know that there's more that I could have done, but it was frustrating. He took some of that frustration off of that Chris Cody pitch for sure.
And how Hawaii needed that so badly. First pitch swinging is Takimoto. He bounces it over to first, where Mawai will step on the bag for out number 3. But the big hit, the 3-run home run off the bat of Ben Ziegler Namoa to center field. And after 5, it's Hawaii 5, Chaminade 4. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving. Napa! Give your engine the attention it deserves with the advanced formulation of Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil. It delivers faster oil flow for superior temperature protection in the harshest conditions, defends against sludge and buildup while keeping your engine running cleaner, longer, and improves fuel efficiency by reducing friction, helping you stay at peak performance mile after mile. Try Napa Full Synthetic Engine Oil today. Available now at Napa locations nationwide. Napa!
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
Your official radio home of University of Hawaii Sports is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM.
Well, we got ourselves a brand new ball game as we enter the 6th inning. Hawaii now leading Chaminade 5-4, courtesy of the 3-run home run over the center field wall off the bat of Ben Ziegler Namoa, who went 0 for Irvine last weekend and had not had a hit in his first 2 plate appearances here. And so Max Jones brings down the first pitch, hitting the air out towards center field. And that's where Miura will make the catch of the ball off the bat of Alex Greb, the left fielder, 1 away.
New catcher, Connor Palmera, in for Jack Salmon, who pinch hit for Hunter Faldo.
Thank you. So Chaminade scores 4 runs in the top of the fifth inning to take a make the 4-1 lead, and then Hawaii rallies for 4 runs themselves in the bottom of the fifth. So we got some excitement here on a Tuesday night as the number 9 hitter, Evan Williams, the shortstop, takes a ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
And I gave you that NAIA team over McNeese, but we've had, top-ranked teams, Tennessee and others that have lost on these midweeks.
Sure. And that's the thing, you look at D1 baseball and their scoreboard on Tuesdays, they're fraught full of upsets, if you will. But is it an upset when you play 56 regular season games? I mean, that pitch got away from Jones, almost hit the batter. Williams went behind him. But you're going to have those things occasionally. It's not like in football,
right,
where you only play 12, 13 regular season games, basketball, 20-something. Baseball is such a long sport. You're really only as good as your starting pitcher that day. That's kind of true, Curveball in there for a strike evens things up at 2-2. So you're going to have occasionally in the midweeks, you'll see top 10 teams lose to unranked teams. It's not uncommon at all. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, the high heat. Williams can't catch up with it. Jones gets his first strikeout, and quickly 2 down here in the 6th inning.
I think sometimes it depends on who you face and what is that, especially pitching.
Mm-hmm.
What is the disparity in pitching level that you see from that one team to the other? A lot of teams like Portland. Is Portland beating Oregon twice in a midweek? Is that considered an upset?
Yes.
Yeah, and that happened today.
Yeah.
Portland did win today.
No, it does. It happens. Here's Jake Harper, top of the order, the center fielder. He's got a hit in 3 plate appearances. He's also got a stolen base and a run scored. So Harper's done a nice job in the leadoff spot for Chad Konishi's squad. The 1-0 pitch from Jones, hit over third down the line. He'll land in fair territory. He'll roll into foul. Going over there is Nahaku to retrieve it. By the time he gets it back in, it's a 2-out double down the left field line for Harper.
And that could have very well been a single, but as Nahaku brought it back, he had to take a very tough angle to get there. He stumbled by the fence right in front of the empty Aloha deck. If he had it cleanly, better chance of getting the throw over to second or keeping the runner at first. But that little stumble allowed Harper to get into scoring position, and that's the tying run right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Tristan Mooney, the catcher, he's had a good afternoon or good evening. Single, grounded out, walked, scored. I got the lead in the 1st inning on the ground out by Takimoto. It was 1-0 going into the top of the 5th inning. The Swords pushed across 4 runs, and then Hawaii answered back with 4 themselves, 3 of those courtesy of the Ziegler-Namoa round tripper.
By the way, the 6th inning brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life. Chaminade trying to cling on to some life here in the 6th inning.
Well, regardless of the outcome here tonight, this is a good warm-up for their series starting Thursday against HBU. A pitch, that one fouled, left side out of play. They'll play a couple of games over at Corp, and then they'll play 2 games over at Hans Larange. Hans, of course, is the home field for HBU. But Chaminade has played here. Chaminade doesn't really have a home.
Yeah. So
they play at a lot of different areas or different places. Resurrected that program last year after 40 years. A 0-1 down the left field line. Foul again.
That big win against Wichita State. Program's biggest win, right after Hawaii played Wichita State. Got them the very next day. 5th game in 5 days for Wichita State. Chaminade still beat him here right at this ballpark.
I'll tell you one team that is really playing well is Northeastern. And we talked about them being a really good program in Hawaii. Beat them 3 out of 4, and they're really helping Hawaii's RPI cause. Fastball downstairs from Jones. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. 2 away, runner out at second. 5-4 UH. Top of the 6th inning. The next pitch coming inside Jones. I think Palmero thought that was a strike, but the home plate umpire didn't agree. And it's 2-2.
Northeastern 30-9.
Yeah,
13-2 in their conference.
But yeah, they've won like 15 of their last 16 or 17.
Yeah.
So they're really playing really good baseball. They look like a good team. The 2-2 pitch Bounce towards the right side. The first baseman, Ziegler Moore, up with it, underhands it to Jones, who steps on the bag. 3-1, the put out of Mooney, and the put out of the Swords here in the 6th inning. So no runs, a hit, no Hawaii errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played 5.5 on the Tuesday evening. Hawaii 5, Chaminade 4. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods, always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Ukea Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAN. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Welcome back to the Rob's Leahy Press Box at Les Murakami Stadium. Final Tuesday game of the season. It's been a good one. Hawaii and Chaminade. The Chaminade team could literally walk down from campus and after the game walk back up to campus. It's only about 5-10 minutes away max. And they're giving UH all they can handle. In fact, the Swords had a 4-1 lead heading to the bottom of the 5th inning before Hawaii was able to push across 4 runs, 3 of those on the Ziegler Namoa home run. So as we head to the bottom of the 6th, 5-4, Hawaii leads, and it'll be Kamana Nahaku, the left fielder, to start things off, followed by Jared Quant and Kedron Kinsey.
And they'll do that against a new pitcher.
I was going to ask you if Cody was still out there.
No, it's Tyler Geivetz, Geivet. So he comes on here in the bottom of the 6th.
So Geivetz, the new pitcher. And so far, I think the pitching for Chaminade's done pretty well. Hawaii was able to get to Cody a bit in that bottom of the 5th. A lot of those obviously coming off the home run by Ziegler Namoa, but overall the Swords pitching has been pretty good. Nahaku with a 0-1 count, the fastball high and inside.
Geivet, a right-hander, 7 2/3 innings, no wins, no losses, an ERA of 1.17.
It's an interesting last name, isn't it?
Geivet.
I have no idea what kind of name that is. Bouncing ball foul. What are you guessing? French?
Oh, I couldn't. I'd have no clue.
Yeah, me either. He is out of Aliso Viejo, California. Nahaku, another guy that needs to start getting his offense going. The 1-2 pitch chopped foul at the plate.
Right, got his foot. By the way, you were talking about these midweek games and whether they're considered upsets or not. I got one for you. LSU, 5th-ranked team in the nation. They lost at home. They're at Alex Box to Northwestern State. 13-3. But not just that. The SEC has run rule. They got run ruled out of their own ballpark in 7 innings by Northwestern State.
Which is actually located in Louisiana as well. So that's even makes it worse. Breaking ball almost got Nahaku again. He had to turn away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That upset.
No question. Yeah. No, they're upsets. I think anytime a ranked team loses to an unranked team, I guess technically it is an upset, right? And there's a ball hit well in the air, out to left field. That one's high. That one's deep. That one is out of here. Kamana Nahaku, home run number 7. Just hit that one up high in the air, and it kept on carrying well over the wall in left field. And it's now a 6-4 Hawaii lead. Nahaku's first home run since the CSUN series a couple of weeks ago.
That went right through one of those drunken trees out in left field. That went a ton.
I channeled my inner Dwayne Kuiper on that one. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air out towards center field. That one will stay in the yard, and Quant flies out to Harper. One away.
First home run allowed by Guy Vett here in 2025. That run brought to you by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
It's not just life.
It's not just sporting goods. It's a way of life.
It's not just sporting goods.
It's a way of life.
God, we got a great one time.
That extra base hit brought to you by Hawaii USA FC, proud corporate sponsor of UH Athletics.
Here's Kedron Kinsey. What a weird game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a game in which there were 2 Hawaii home runs in it. Right? I'll tell you what, though, that ball hit by Nahaku, he hit it so high. I was just wondering if it would get out of here, but it got out of here easily. Because you see a lot of times when hit balls to left like that, they get knocked down. Bouncing ball to third. Up with it on a hop. Kudell brings it over to first, and Kinsey retired 5-3. But then I look out over at the flags, and what win we do have, and there isn't really any, is coming from the Kona side.
Yeah.
But that didn't help it.
No.
It just was a still. I think the stillness actually helped it more than anything.
And I think Nahaku knew it as soon as it left the bat.
He did.
He walked, and he just kind of had a little bat toss.
Yeah, he pimped it a little bit.
He did.
Little
Yes,
pimp
he did.
daddy. He knew as soon as he hit it, it was out of here. We were just wondering if it'd stay. It didn't. Here's Jordan Donahue, the shortstop. First pitch. Bounces one towards short. Quickly, Williams up with it over to first. And Donahue is retired. So a pretty quiet 6th inning, except for Kamana Nahaku, who led off the inning with a solo home run well over the left field wall. So we've played 6 in Manoa. It's now Hawaii 6, Chaminade 4. And you're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Building a winning program requires vision, careful planning, and expert execution. Since 1994, Ushijima Architects has provided the highest quality professional planning and design services for various projects throughout our state. Our highly experienced team provides the full spectrum of services, from feasibility studies and master plans to complete architectural design work. Call us today at 808-946-9544. Ushijima Architects is a proud sponsor of University of Hawaii Baseball.
A beautiful worship experience is coming to Calvary Chapel. Rise for Lahaina, May 30th at Calvary Chapel, Pearl City from 7 to 10 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. Donations will be accepted to rebuild the International Christian Fellowship Church of God, a 100-year-old church lost in the Maui wildfires. Donations are tax deductible. Be a part of this special worship night. Rise for Lahaina, May 30th at Calvary Chapel, Pearl City. Follow Rise for Lahaina on Facebook for details.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Hawaii. 4, 9, and 2 for Chaminade as we head to the 7th inning. We've seen a little bit of everything, including a pair of home runs by Hawaii, a 3-run home run by Ben Ziegler-Namoa in the 5th, a solo shot to start the 6th inning for Kamana Nahaku. We're going to have a new pitcher on the mound, a familiar face, Freddie Rodriguez, and to take you the rest of the way and secure, hopefully, the save, the voice of Rainbow Baseball, Josh Pacheco.
Scotty, I appreciate you. Thank you. Freddie Rodriguez is the new pitcher for Hawaii. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. It is a situation here for Rodriguez where he's been kind of a tweener. We've seen him a little bit on these Tuesdays, but he has been in kind of that occasional weekend relief role. Rodriguez coming in with a 4-0 record, a 3.41 earned run average in 29 innings. He does have a save, and he'll try to build on what Max Jones did in an inning in 2/3. 2 hits, a strikeout for Jones. Rodriguez is pitcher number 5. It went Liam O'Brien, who went the first 2 innings, struck out 4, allowed 2 hits. Charlie Adamson, who pitched the 3rd and the 4th, gave up 2 hits. Zach 10 in the 3rd of an inning, allowed 4 runs on 3 hits with a strikeout and a walk. Max Jones finished the 5th, got through the 6th, 2 hits and a strikeout. And here comes Freddie Rodriguez, and he'll face Safea Villaruz Mawai Cade Fujii and Casey Cudell. Villaruz Mawai, RBI single, back in the fifth. He is 1 for 3. Remember, Chaminade had that big 4-run fifth. They had a 4-1 lead. Hawaii answered back very quickly to go up 5-4 as Villaruz Mawai takes a big cut on a first pitch. Swings and misses on an outside corner offering for a strike. And Chaminade hoping they can fight back from Hawaii playing 5 in a row over the last couple of innings. A 1 from Rodriguez. Swing, and that's lined back to the screen, foul. We kind of referenced it earlier, but when Chaminade played Hawaii in that first meeting, Chaminade scored 4 in that game, but they were all in the first inning. Didn't score anything since. 0-2. The right-hander winds and delivers. Just misses low. You get a fastball on the pop of the mid of Palmera. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3, 4, and 5 in the order. Responsible for all 4 of the runs scored here by Chaminade. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And down goes Villaruz Mawai. Rodriguez just putting power behind that fastball. Safea coming up empty. There's out number 1. Yeah, you look at each of the first 7 hitters in the order have a hit. 8 and 9 have not. But Chaminade's put together some very competitive at-bats. As Cade Fujii, RBI double back in the fifth. He's 2 for 3. And the pitch to the Chaminade second baseman is a bit downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. First of 8 in a row here. 3 against Cal State Bakersfield. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 1-0. That's outside. Fastball away, 2-0. And don't forget, Saturday, 4 o'clock first pitch here at Les Murakami Stadium, trying to move things up to avoid the Big West Volleyball Championship. That tournament gets underway starting on Thursday. 2-0. That's lined back foul by Fujii. 2 balls and a strike. And then you got 4 next week with Oregon State. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oregon State ranked in the top 5 in the nation, according to D1Baseball.com. They have been climbing up the polls. 2-1. Rodriguez taking his time, and he deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Just challenging him on the outer half of the plate. D1 Baseball has Oregon State at number 3 after going 4-0 a week ago. They moved up 3 spots in their rankings. One of the biggest non-conference series Hawaii has had or will have under Rich Hill.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely
2-2 line back foul. And there have been some good ones. NC State last year.
Well, I think I think what makes it such a big series, Josh, is because Hawaii still is in the conversation for an at-large. I think we got some work to do, but they're not out of it.
Right.
And if they can do well in the conference games and have a good series against Oregon State, who's not to say that their RPI won't be in a spot where they can get in?
2-2 swing, and that's spoiled back.
I mean, I know that Oregon State went to CSUN this weekend. It was funny. I was listening to you talk about because those scores were like football scores.
They were.
But that's that kind of ballpark.
Yeah.
I mean, you see Oregon State's pitching giving up like 18 runs in 2 games. That's mind-boggling. But when you go to Northridge, as we know, and you know, that's not a place where the ERA is really that good.
Yeah.
It's not a good pitcher's park.
2-2 to Fujii. Rodriguez to the plate. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Goes upstairs. Fujii went after it. Back-to-back Ks to start the 7th. And Casey Cudell coming up here. 2-run double back in the 5th. Cudell is 1 for 3. So Rodriguez trying to be a kind of continue this steadying force here from Hawaii's relief corps behind Max Jones. Cudell, left-handed hitter. Rodriguez deliberate now to the plate. And Cudell swings and misses at the first offering, strike one. Rodriguez is just the perfect guy to be up here in this situation. You had an intimidating right-hander trying to hold on to a 2-run lead. And this is a situation tailor-made for him. Out of the windup, the 0-1. And Cudell fouls it back to the screen, 0-2. Hawaii in the 7th will have scheduled Palmera, Sakino, and Miura, 9-1-2 in Rich Hill's order.
I like how you said scheduled when you saw Palmero was one of the 3 guys scheduled to catcher, because, you just don't see catchers staying in the lineup very long on this team.
0-2, this is line just past the glove of Rodriguez and into center field. So Cudell has his second hit, and the tying run comes to the plate in Andrew Carnes.
A couple of good things I think you can take away from this game, even though it's still a lot left of baseball left. Number one, Liam O'Brien, I thought looked really good. It wasn't so much the opponent, it was watching him and what he could do. And he didn't walk anybody. He did hit one batter. We struck out 4. He was right around the plate. His slider looked excellent. And then it was good to see Ziegler Namoa snap out of that hitless streak with a 3-run home run.
So here's Carnes. And he swings at the first pitch, fouls it off of his foot at the plate.
By the way, that single, Josh, now 10 hits for Chaminade.
Yeah, out hitting Hawaii 10-6. Carnes has 1 home run of the year. That was against UH Hilo back on March 31st in Hilo. 0-1. Next pitch is strike 2 called. Fastball over the outer half, framed by Palmera, the catcher. It's 0-2.
What would be your guess for Rodriguez? Another inning after this, or just 1 inning?
Well, I see someone up in the pen, but not really throwing. I would give him 1 more. We haven't seen a lot of Frankie Rodriguez lately, or Freddie Rodriguez.
Or Freddie.
Yeah. 0-2.
Frankie,
pitch.
his younger brother.
That's a bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just say we haven't seen any of Frankie Rodriguez.
Never seen Frankie Rodriguez.
Sounds like just a cool name.
Not as cool as Josh Pacheco.
Yeah. 1-2. Rudder goes. Pitch is low and away. Here's the throw from Palmera. The second baseman, Sakino, places the tag. And Cudell's out at second. So that will end the frame. No runs on a hit. But thanks to the caught stealing, nobody left on base. Time to stretch here in Manoa. 6-4. Hawaii leading Chaminade as we head to the home half of the 7th. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
The Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association is looking for skilled drywall installers, finishers, and cement plasterers. Whether you're a journeyman or an apprentice, we offer great opportunities for career growth in Hawaii's thriving construction industry. You'll enjoy benefits like health insurance, paid vacation, and a retirement plan. If you're dependable and excited about being part of a great industry, call Lisa at 808-271-4195 or go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com and apply.
Aloha Sports Coaches, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Hawaii is inviting you to a coaches huddle every second Saturday of the month at First Assembly of God from 7 to 8:30 a.m. Join Coach Arnold Martinez and Randall Okimoto for a blessed time of fellowship. Spouses are welcome as well. Enjoy breakfast, time in prayer, and encouragement. We welcome all coaches, whether you coach on a campus or in the community. All levels in sports are welcome. For details, visit fcahawaii.com.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union.
6-4, Hawaii leading Chaminade as we head to the bottom of inning number 8. Got Guy back out there, the 4th Chaminade pitcher, and he will face 9-1-2 in the order. Let's see if it is Connor Palmera who will come to the plate, and it is. Palmera will get his first plate appearance here.
But this is the only one.
Yeah. 157 average for Connor, 6 RBI. You mentioned, and for those that forgot, his former team in Cal State Bakersfield will be here this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Spent a couple years there.
I think isn't that where he converted into a catcher? Was that Bakersfield or was it at JC? Do you know?
I don't know if he did at JC, but he did see some time there for sure behind the plate at Bakersfield.
Oh, yeah.
First pitch outside to Palmera, ball one. Palmera came in. Jack Salmon had pinch hit for Hunter Faldo, and Salmon with that big RBI single back in the 5th inning. Started a 4-run inning. 1-0. And Palmera looks at a waist-high strike, 1-1. The rest of those runs in that 4-run inning off of the bat of Big Ben Ziegler Namoa. His 3-run home run just left of dead center field. 1-1. That's above the letters high. 2 balls and a strike.
I'm kind of curious what the Hawaii's pitching situation will be heading into Bakersfield because, of course, Gonzalez got that line drive. He's fine, I guess. He has a bruise. But, I mean, if you don't have to use him this weekend, I wouldn't.
2-1 downstairs, 3-1.
So if you don't use him, then who would take his spot?
And I would throw the other part is I still love Sebastian Gonzalez as a guy out of the bullpen. And, he never – the starting thing did not work out the first month of the year. So 3-1 is high for ball 4, and Palmera reaches to start the 7th. I would imagine, obviously, Itsuki Takimoto probably unchanged as your number 1 guy. But, yeah, I'd be very interested to see how things play out because this does get to a point where this does matter just a little bit more here down the stretch.
Oh, no, it does matter. Absolutely. And, Magdaleno has been so dominant out of the bullpen. But, Hawaii ran into a situation last weekend where they couldn't take advantage of what he does because they couldn't score and they couldn't hit. So he got some mop-up time and quite a bit of mop-up time in that Sunday game, but it was kind of meaningless. They couldn't use him in any leverage situation. So, I think maybe if Gonzalez doesn't go Saturday, maybe Magdaleno gets the starting nod. I think the bullpen is deep enough now that you can afford to use a Magdaleno in the starting lineup next weekend, and I think you should still be okay and rest Gonzalez.
All right, Chaminade's got a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we come back. A runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th, 6-4. Hawaii leading Chaminade with this pitching change. We'll step aside for a minute. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
The Hawaii Wall and Ceiling Industry Association is looking for skilled drywall installers, finishers, and cement plasterers. Whether you're a journeyman or an apprentice, we offer great opportunities for career growth in Hawaii's thriving construction industry. You'll enjoy benefits like health insurance, paid vacation, and a retirement plan. If you're dependable and excited about being part of a great industry, call Lisa at 808-271-4195 or go to hwcia.com. That's hwcia.com and apply.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
It's time to get this show started.
Round 1 begins Thursday, April 24th.
I'm the most guaranteed person you could take.
Live from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
They're both going to go pretty high, despite the fact that people say they should. It's our first surprise of the night.
He's going to remember this for the rest of his life. And so will I, and so will my family. This is just a dream come true.
The NFL Draft.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Chaminade goes to its 5th pitcher here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And, Scott, they'll turn to the Southpaw senior Sebastian Castro out of San Diego, California.
Yeah, he's been used quite a bit this year out of the bullpen. 14th appearance, all in relief, 0-1 mark. And he does have one of the team's 10 saves and a 5.06 ERA. 16 innings, 14 hits, 9 earned runs, 7 walks, 10 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .222 against him.
First person he'll face is Shunsuke Sakino. 6'4" Hawaii, bottom of the 7th inning. Sakino showing bunt, pulls the barrel back and takes a strike on the outer half. Sakino, a single, a walk, a ground out. He is 1 for 2. Palmera at first, he walked to start the inning. I'll look over there. Now the pitch. That's a curveball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, don't forget tomorrow morning, if you have nothing going on, the Wahine softball team is making up their game against CSUN.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, they're right in the thick of things, too,
They are. That's a daunting stretch. CSUN, and then you got to play 3 at Cal Poly. They have to figure out that makeup game against UC Santa Barbara.
Well, I think that will be made up at the Big West tournament,
which
a couple of days before or something.
That's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Well,
check on the run. Well, the right thing to do is to bring it back here as the runners back over at first. But we know that's not going to happen.
No, and that doesn't make any sense.
No.
But talking to Bob Coolin on Saturday, we did the games on television. He said the Big West was telling them they wanted them to play Santa Barbara at Santa Barbara on Thursday.
Yeah.
So they would have to make up the CSUN game tomorrow, go to Santa Barbara Thursday.
1-1 down and away, 2 balls and a strike.
Friday, drive to Cal Poly and play Saturday and Sunday.
That's ridiculous.
And Bob said, I'm not going to do that. And I told him, I don't disagree. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
He said, I don't have the pitching. That's a lot.
I was watching your back and forth while I was on
right.
the plane.
Yeah.
And I was like, good for you, Bob. Good. 2-1, bunt shown, bat pulled back, and that offering's high. It's 3-1.
Well, I'm glad to see that the softball team's having a good final year under Bob. He's retiring after 34 years. And he's given a lot, taking that team to a World Series. You look at his numbers, very eerily similar to what Les Murakami did with the baseball program.
3-1, pitch to Sakino. Swing and a drive. Deep out to right field. Dorn looking up. Goodbye, home run. Sakino homered against Chaminade in their first meeting. He does it here. A 2-run bomb out to right. And Hawaii extends its lead. It's now 8-4 in the 7th.
3 home runs in the game for Hawaii. A team that didn't really wake up offensively until that 4-run 5th inning, but 3 home runs. And wow.
I think they're awake.
They are now.
Those runs brought to you by Sports Stand Sporting Goods. It's not just sporting goods.
It's a way of life.
You are absolutely right. As Matthew Miura steps in, 0-for-2 with a walk. And the pitch to him is a bit high, ball 1. One of those runs charged to Guy Vett. The other here to Sebastian Castro. 8 runs, still just 7 hits. No errors for Hawaii. 4-10-2 for Chaminade. 1-0. Castro's pitch is high, 2-0. And that extra base hit, the home run, brought to you by Hawaii USA FCU, proud corporate partner of University of Hawaii Athletics.
I'm looking at that game tomorrow with CSUN's at 9 a.m. Hawaii time. Does not look like there's any television coverage of that on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
2-0 is low, 3 balls and no strikes.
Bummers. I was looking forward to watching it.
Do they have audio?
It didn't even say. It just said live stats from what I could tell.
I'll have to ask my good buddy Mr. Hassan if they're going to do anything about that. 3-0. That's a called strike, waist high. 3-1.
He does a good job.
He does. Home runs tonight from Ziegler Namoa, from Nahaku, and from Sakino. 3-1 is right on the outside edge. Strike 2 to Miura. So Ben, slump buster home run.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like for this team, once that happened, this awoke all the bats. 3-2, Miura pops this in the air, right side foul territory. Belarus Mawai in the first base coach's box will bring it in for out number 1. Just sometimes one person has to be that catalyst for everybody else.
And also, all 3 home runs are not cheap ones. They all 3 were hit really, really well.
Yeah.
Hit hard.
Speaking of Ben Ziegler Namoa, that 3-run home run, capping a 4-run 5th. He steps up here, 1 out, 2 in, bottom of the 7th, 8-4, Hawaii leading Chaminade. Reached on an error in the first, flied out to center in the 3rd, and then that 3-run bomb. It's now 4 home runs, a team best 35 RBI for Ziegler Namoa on the year. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes one off the plate away, 1-0. Right fielder Jackson Dorn. That's a step or 2 back more than the normal out in right. Next one is on the outside corner for a strike. Belarus Mawai at first. Nearly hugging the line, playing back on the right side of the infield. 1 ball, 1 strike. Castro's pitch. And this is driven in the air out to center field. Harper at the track, twisting, looking up. He will make the catch. Right in front of the 385 sign in dead center field. Ben just missed it. There's 2 away.
That is a good sign. It was a loud out. You're not always going to get hits, but you can feel when a guy's starting to see the ball a little bit better. And I think that hit right there, even though it was a fly out, shows that Ziegler Namo is picking up the ball pretty well now.
8-4 Hawaii, 208 bottom 7 for Itsuki Takimoto. Fielder's choice RBI in the first. He is 0 for 3. The first one to Takimoto is down low, ball 1. You can kind of feel, and it's not just because of the scoreboard. Yeah, the home runs have a little bit to do with it, but you can kind of feel the exhale in this building. As the next pitch misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. That the panic and the worry that maybe some might have had, just that exhale kind of feels, all right.
Well,
things feel a little better.
I wouldn't get too far ahead of yourself.
True.
I mean, no offense to Chaminade, but it is Chaminade.
Yes.
And it's a D2 program.
Pitch low, 3-0.
That is only in its second year of after 40 years of extinction. Well, I guess it couldn't be extinct if it came back, but
3-0 is a called strike. Dormancy.
Yeah, dormancy. There you go. But I think you got to put things a little bit in perspective. But you're doing now what you're supposed to be doing in these games. That's hitting the ball hard.
3-1. There's a strike over the outer half. Takimoto takes. Count full. I think it's just getting back in that groove. And you're back home. All that just kind of combining together.
Yeah, that
full count. And Takimoto chops it right side. Villaruz Mawai has it. They got to hurry the throw to first. And Takimoto's going to beat it out. That was going to be a difficult play right side of the infield. Takimoto a little quicker than you might think. And he beats the pitcher to the base to keep the inning going.
Yeah, nothing really anybody could do. Took a real high hop over at first. Mawai was playing deep at first base. He had to wait for the ball to come to him. And that split second, nothing he could have done was the difference. And Takimoto runs well. Beat it out.
Yeah. And that is very likely it here for Sebastian Castro, who was greeted after that walk, was greeted by the Sakaino home run. And it just was not the same for him after that point. So Chaminade's going to throw out its third pitcher of the inning here in what is an 8-4 game. Hawaii trying to see if they can tack on a little bit more here in the late innings. And with this pitching change, we will step aside for a minute. We'll tell you about the new Silver Swords hurler in just a moment. 8-4, Hawaii leading Chaminade. A runner on with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Would you like to work in the sports industry here in Hawaii? ESPN Honolulu has rare entry-level full or part-time openings for board operators. You'll work behind the scenes with our local broadcasters on their radio programs and University of Hawaii and high school sports. New to radio? That's okay. We'll train you. Send your resume with a cover letter to info@espnhonolulu.com. That's info@espnhonolulu.com. We're part of the IO family of companies, an equal opportunity employer.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
It's time to get this show started.
Round 1 begins Thursday, April 24th.
I'm the most guaranteed person you could take.
Live from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
They're both going to go pretty high, despite the fact that people say they should. It's our first surprise of the night.
He's going to remember this for the rest of his life. And so will I, and so will my family. This is just a dream come true.
The NFL Draft.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii leading 8-4. Itsuki Takimoto extended what has already been a 2-run frame here with an infield single, and Rin Chambers will come in to be the 6th Chaminade pitcher. That's Chambers, R-H-Y-N is how his first name is spelled. A 6'1 sophomore coming from San Clemente, California.
Yeah, he hasn't pitched a whole lot this year. Only his 6th appearance all out of the pen. 8.44 ERA. Does have a save. Has only thrown 5 in the 3rd innings. 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts. Teams hitting .348 against him.
And you'll face Kamana Nahaku, who hit a mammoth shot out toward left field his last time up. He fouls this one back, 0-1. You're kind of you kind of forget based on the score, Anthony Ocañas, Max Zalistowski, 4 innings, 1 unearned run between the two, did their job to keep Chaminade in it until the bats could get going in the 5th.
Yeah, Hawaii scored 7 runs in the last 3 innings now.
Pitch misses high, snap throw to first, it's dropped. And Takimoto, actually that's Will Bowen who's pinch running for Takimoto. Bowen was able to get back.
Actually, 2 2/3 innings now, they have scored 7 runs.
All you ask for is to be given the chance. Chaminade had it. So Bowen, the pinch runner at first, 1-1, and Nahaku takes high and inside, 2-1.
And the 3 home runs have gone to 3 different parts of the ballpark, left, center, and right.
You're right.
Yeah, we don't see that very often. Most home runs, if you have multiple home runs in a game, they're usually to right. But there's no win at all.
2-1. Nahaku holds up. That fastball's high and in. 3 balls and a strike. It was Ziegler Namoa to center, Nahaku to left, Sakaino to right. 3-1. Pitch from Chambers is down and away, ball 4. So, inning continues. Bowen gets over to second base. And here's Jared Quant. Quant 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. He has also been in a little bit of a funk. I mean, he had that game against UC Irvine on Thursday in which he walked all 4 times. He walked 5 times that weekend. But Quant has not had a hit in quite a while, as the first pitch to him is way outside and high.
But when you score like 1 run in 3 games or whatever they ended up scoring, I think everybody was collectively in a slump last week against Irvine.
His last hit was the second game of the Cal Poly series, in which he went 3 for 5. Couple of peaks at second.
Yeah, that's a while for him.
1-0, high and outside, 2-0. I mean, the walks, he despite not getting hits, his competitiveness at the plate, drawing walks, that was where he helped himself. And we're going to see,
I think,
Coach Konishi back out there.
Yeah, just now they're starting to get some activity down in the bullpen. Nobody was warming up, but we mentioned this young man hasn't thrown a whole lot this year, and so maybe a teaching moment for Chad as well, Chad Konishi, the head coach. And also give a little time to the bullpen to start getting warmed up.
Quant is 0 for his last 16 at the plate. It doesn't feel like it, again, because he's been getting on base with walks and all of that, but 0 for his last 16 is very uncommon.
Well, let's hope that everybody had their slump together last weekend at Irvine and get that out of your system and finish strong here down the stretch. Get yourself into the Big West tournament and let the chips fall where they may.
So Bowen at second, Nahaku at first. And Quant is 0 for 3 night so far. Pitch to him is a high chopper right side. Second baseman's got it. Fujii throws it over to first in time. And that ends the inning. But the 2-run home run from Shunsuke Sakaino adds to Hawaii's lead. 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 base runners left. Through 7, it's Hawaii 8 and Chaminade 4. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank you very
Lex
much.
Brody Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
You won't get it anywhere else.
Lex Brody's Tire Company.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
8th inning here from Les Murakami Stadium. Hawaii 8, Chaminade 4. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. The Bows will call on who's been a reliable Tuesday guy, and that is Ethan Thomas, the right-handed redshirt freshman from Alameda, California, at 6'5", 230 pounds.
Yeah, he's been relied on quite a bit recently, and he has performed, making his 12th appearance out of the bullpen. He does have a 1-0 mark, and he is second on the team in saves with 3. He also has a 3.14 ERA. He's gone 14 in the third innings, 11 hits, 5 earned runs. But how about this strikeout to walk ratio? 22 strikeouts to 2 walks. Opponents hitting .212 against the young man.
He got the win pitching the 9th inning against USC last Tuesday. We got to talk to him on the air Wednesday after that, and he said, yeah, I mean, coaches used him in that Tuesday role where whether it's a Tuesday save situation or just, back end of the game, and, he's been solidified in that, knows that he could be used on the weekend. Thomas has become a very reliable arm here young in his collegiate career.
Well, I liked he came in early in the season. I think against Marshall, had a game where the bases were loaded.
And Andrew Carnes takes down an inside 1-0.
And he came in and shut the door down. I thought, okay, this guy is going to be pretty reliable. But he went through a pretty long stretch where we didn't see him much. And then he started getting opportunities, and he took advantage of it. And now he's one of the guys you can kind of count on out of the bullpen.
Carnes, high chopper to short. Jordan Donahue has it, throws it on the run to first. And Carnes, who really had trouble getting out of the box, is out by a lot there for out number 1.
Jogging back to the dugout looking like me.
That's
how I look when I jog to the dugout. I'm 58, though.
Here's Jackson Torn, 1 for 2, singled in the 4th inning, grounded out 3 unassisted his last time up. Freddie Rodriguez pitched the 7th, 2 strikeouts and a hit in 18 pitches. Offering here to Dorn is high and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
What do you think? Rich wants to leave him out for the rest of the game?
I got to think so.
I would.
I seeing that the bullpen is very quiet right now, it makes sense. This is his time of the Tuesday games. Fastball upstairs, 2-0. So, I mean, I think it does show you these Tuesdays can create opportunities, and maybe Ethan Thomas is one of those good reminders of what those opportunities can look like. Hey, we're not opening a game with you. You're shutting the door in these games.
No, I think these Tuesday games are productive for UH.
2-0 swung on him, missed strike 1.
I mean, baseball is a game to be played almost every day, and when you only play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you need to have a midweek game to keep you still in that baseball shape. It's a lot better than just inter-squad scrimmages.
2 balls and a strike. The offering is high and away, 3-1. Hawaii pitching today, 8 strikeouts to a walk. Thomas is 1 pitch out of the zone for making it 2 in the walk column. Right-hander brings his hands shoulder high. His 3-1 is outside for ball 4. So 1 out walk. And Alex Greb will step in. Greb 0 for 3. Playing his 41st game. He's got 9 stolen bases and 10 tries coming in. Greb and Williams are in the bottom part of the order. The only ones who have not reached base for Chaminade. Nor have gotten a hit, obviously. Everybody else in the lineup has a hit, has gotten on base. 8-4 Hawaii, top of the 8th inning. Pitch to Greb is ripped down the right field line. Look out, Heineken hangout. Oh, that's not going to get there. That will get to the bullpen. Strike 1.
There's actually people in the Heineken hangout tonight.
There is.
Wow.
Oh, look, Tuesday night, that's a place you want to go. Chill. Realize you have to go to work tomorrow eventually.
Well, I hope you realize that before tonight.
0-1, check swing toward first. Ziegler Namoa to the shortstop. Donahue at second for one. On to first, double play. Slow developing. Ziegler Namoa took his time, got it to Donahue, who brought it back to first. Inning-ending double play, and that retires Chaminade in the 8th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We will head to the last of the 8th. Hawaii leading Chaminade 8-4. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Healthier is working together as a team. Hawaii Pacific Health's team-based approach is designed to make sure you see the right healthcare expert at the right time. It's about collaboration that brings together the skills and personalized care you need. And it's about coordinated care from a team of physicians, nurse practitioners, registered nurses, and other specialists, all working together to help you live healthier. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife.
Aloha, my name is Gino Sequena, Executive Director of the Hawaii Building and Construction Trades Council, an organization that has served Hawaii for over 6 decades. We are one big ohana of the top 15 construction trade unions in Hawaii, and it's highly likely that you, your friends, or family members are employed by one of our trades. No matter where you go in Hawaii, you're bound to see one of the projects or communities we have helped build and sustain. Mahalo to all of you for your support to help us in working together to build a better tomorrow.
Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii leading Chaminade 8-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Sports Stand Sporting Goods.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM, part of the IO family of companies.
Scott Robbs, Josh Pacheco, happy to be with you inside the Robbs Leahy press box. Hawaii looking to snap this 3-game losing skid, leading 8-4 on Chaminade in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kedron Kinsey facing Rin Chambers, who's back out there for his first full inning of work, and Kinsey skies this in the air down the right field line. Dorn in foul territory makes the catch for the first out. Line score so far, 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors for UH. 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Chaminade. Swords have stranded 7 on base. Hawaii stranded 4. Jordan Donahue will step in. Singled, reached on a fielder's choice, and is grounded out. He is 1 for 3. Left-handed hitter waits. As the pitch down from Chambers, bunt shown. Does not go forward with it. Pitch taken down low, 1-0. So Friday night, Cal State Bakersfield. We'll have it over on CBS 1500. Be on the air just after 6 o'clock with Rainbow Warrior Countdown. 1-0. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Saturday will depend on what happens with men's volleyball. We'll be here if they lose. CBS 1500 if they win.
Well, let's hope the broadcast is on CBS 1500.
That's right. Fastball away. 3 balls and no strikes to Donahue. And then Sunday, we'll be here on ESPN Honolulu for the normal Sunday start, 1:05 first pitch. There is a lefty up in the Chaminade bullpen right now as the 3-0. Donahue takes inside, ball 4. And a 1-out walk to Donahue. And Connor Palmera will get his second at bat. He walked his first time, and he scored on Shunsuke Sakaya's 2-run home run. We saw Faldo start this game, lifted for a pinch hitter in the 5th. Turned out to be the right move. Jack Salmon had the pinch hit RBI single at that point.
I'd like to see him get more at-bats.
Salmon?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. First pitch. This is ripped into left center field. That's going to drop, and it's going to head all the way to the fence. Racing for third is Donahue. He's being waved around. Will score easily on Palmera's RBI double into the left center gap. It is 9-4 Hawaii in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, that must have felt good for the young man because Connor had been struggling offensively, and he got that one hit it right in the gap. There have been about 3 or 4 balls, I think, hitting the left center field gap here in the last handful of innings. But that's it's just adding on to the lead. I think Hawaii's going to win this game, but that was a big hit and a big RBI for Connor Palmera, just for confidence more than anything.
Shinsuke Sakino now, 1 on, 1 in, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, 9-4, Hawaii up on Chaminade.
And Hawaii's now scored in the last 4 innings. That's another good sign.
Pitch. Sakino takes a changeup low, 1 ball, no strikes.
Sometimes you forget what it's like to win and to feel good about the way you're playing. And they kind of got beat up a little bit on that road trip against good teams.
Long peek at second, 1-0. Sakino yanks this one, left side, backhanded it short by Williams. Throw across to first is dropped by the first baseman. Sakino is safe. What an effort by Williams just to have a chance at it.
I agree.
It saves a run, but you've got runners at the corners.
Yeah, I mean, Williams at short was falling backwards as he let go of the ball, and so he did a smart thing. He short hopped the ball using the carpet to his advantage. The problem was the first baseman couldn't squeeze it.
Matthew Miura with a chance to try to place some sort of an exclamation mark on these late innings. Miura 0 for 3 with a walk. Hawaii leading 9-4. And he swings and lines the first pitch back to the screen. Later scored off of that walk in the first inning. Hawaii, you may recall, was down at one point 4-1.
Oh, I recall.
Yeah, you do.
That was the 5th inning.
0-1, breaking ball high and inside. They have scored 8 unanswered since. And trying to find the Hawaii offense that has been long sought after. Because Hawaii's offense has not been the same here in the last few weeks. 1-1. Fastball is above the letters 2-1. In Big West play, Hawaii hits 269, averaging 6 runs and 9.3 hits per game. Overall, Hawaii hits 283, but that batting average was in the low 300s for a long time. Check over at first, and Sakino's back.
Well, it's been kind of an up and down conference season. I mean, the record reflects it, 10-11. 269 in years past for a UH team would have been pretty good for a team batting average. That's conference.
Runner from first goes. That pitch is high, swung on and missed late, so Miura could protect Sakino, who gets over to second on the stolen base. So now runners hit second and third with 1 out.
But the truth is, and we talk a bit about this team being a borderline regional team, they have not played like a regional team in quite some time.
Yeah.
They really haven't. That doesn't mean that they're not a regional team or they can't make it. It's just they haven't played at that level.
Infield in as the 2-2 breaking ball misses down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Interesting. You bring the infield in the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 5. So that means they have only one more at bat.
3-2. Swing. That's it on the hands and foul back. That 2 pitches ago, by the way, Sakino was on the move. Miura clearly took that pitch. After it was in the glove of the catcher, it had that half-hearted swing to protect Sakino, although Sakino was definitely going to take second.
Yeah.
Not something you see all the time. Here's the 3-2 from Chambers. Swing and driven down the right field line. Dorn, shy of the track, comes toward the line. Fair territory, makes the catch. Everybody's going to tag up. That includes Palmera, who scores from third. Sakino over to third. That's a run-producing sac fly, and Hawaii now in double digits, 10-4 here in the 8th.
Yeah, I was just going to talk to you about that. Also, double digits in the hits category. You mentioned earlier it had been, a while, 5 or 6 games since Hawaii had
they had gone
double-digit hits.
The last 5 have been under. Yeah. So that's big. RBI for Miura, his 19th. And here's Ben Ziegler-Namoa. Sakino tagged up on that over to third. Ziegler-Namoa, the 3-run home run in the 5th. The game changer that made it 5-4 in the 5th inning. Hawaii leading 10-4 here, bottom of the 8th.
I already have our player of the game for our postgame show, Josh.
Pitch. That's change up down low, 1 ball, no strikes. You could not have telegraphed that any worse.
Well, it's a tease. We want people to keep listening after the game. We'll tell you who the player of the game is.
1-0. Next offering. Big cut and a miss by Ben on 1 up in the zone. 1-1.
So now you're thinking I'm thinking Ben Ziegler Namoa.
That's what my point was.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, there's an ultimate swerve you're putting in play here that I can't wait for in the post-game show. 1-1. That's about shoulder high off the plate, 2-1.
See, I made it look too easy. That's why. Yeah, I did that on purpose because it just seemed so obvious. I knew you would bite, Josh.
Yeah. You know I bit on April Fools, so
Yes,
of course
you
you knew I'd bite.
Yes, you did.
2-1. And that's taken off the plate inside, 3-1.
Your mouth was full that day. I'm still waiting for Michael Aliato to make his pitching debut.
Oh,
that was great, though, wasn't it? The
was.
April Fool's joke where they said the UH quarterback was joining the football team.
3-1, floated in the air, left side, foul territory.
They even got him to put on some UH baseball garb and a picture of him standing on the mound warming up. And Timmy Chang came out through the open. That was a Tuesday game.
It was.
Yeah, that
was.
That was a Tuesday game.
I think it was against HPU, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And Josh bought it.
I appreciate the folks on television calling me out for that the following Friday.
I don't know what's worse, that or being in California right by the Angels ballpark. You've never seen the Giants before, and you didn't go.
3-2 down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That will easily score Sakino. Ziegler Namoa racing towards second. Will get there with a 2-out double. The run party continues. 4th ribby for Ziegler Namoa on the night. It's 11-4 Hawaii, bottom of the 8th. Now you can feel that confidence in Ben coming back.
Yep. This is the kind of game that he needed. And I think the offense in general has needed.
Will Bowen's going to get his first plate appearance. Before he does, he will face a new pitcher as Rin Chambers is not going to get to finish the 8th. Tough spot for Chambers here late in things as Chaminade's bullpen just could not keep up with Hawaii's bats, who have certainly awoken.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of differences between talent and depth at the Division I and Division II levels, and mainly, I think it's mainly pitching.
Yeah.
You may have one or two really pretty decent pitchers that might be Division I quality, but not very many.
We'll tell you about the new pitcher here for Chaminade when we come back. It's 11-4. Hawaii leading Chaminade, bottom of the 8th inning. Runner on at second with 2 away with this pitching change. We'll step aside for a minute. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Get your whole crew together because Share a Coke is back. That's right, Share a Coke is back. Find all your friends' names and nicknames on limited edition Coca-Cola products and grab one for everyone in your squad.
Joshua,
Taylor,
Kainoa,
Mahialani,
Matthew,
Madison,
Kaimana,
Kanani,
Dylan,
Alyssa,
Kanoa.
These collectible cans and bottles won't last forever, so don't miss your chance. Get your whole crew together today.
Share.
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 Share a Coke.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
It's time to get this show started.
Round 1 begins Thursday, April 24th.
I'm the most guaranteed person you could take.
Live from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
They're both going to go pretty high, despite the fact that people say they should. It's our first surprise of the night.
He's going to remember this for the rest of his life. And so will I, and so will my family. This is a dream come true.
The NFL Draft.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
10 consecutive runs scored by Hawaii, leading 11-4. Chaminade trying to get the last down of the 8th. They're going to turn to junior Ryan Shimabukuro from St. Mary's College in El Cerrito, California. 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, and the lefty looking to get the final out here in the inning.
Making his 9th appearance, all in relief, 1-0 mark, 4.15 ERA. He's only thrown 8 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 4 earned runs. But get this, Josh, 10 walks to 4 strikeouts.
And get this, Scott. We'll see Kevin Ferguson get a plate appearance here as he'll pinch hit for Will Bowen in the 8th inning. They go right-handed hitter against the lefty Shimabukuro on the hill. In the first pitch, Ferguson lines into center field for a hit. Rounding third, Ziegler Namoa. He is going to come in and cross home plate. Ferguson comes through with his second RBI as a Rainbow Warrior. The lead extends now 12-4.
Yeah, smart new pitcher coming in there. Look for the fastball. Ferguson got it and hit it into center field. That's a bummer for Bowen, though, because he doesn't get a lot of at-bats either, but the lefty-righty matchup didn't favor him in that case with the pitching change.
That run charged to Chambers. So Chambers' line is now done. And Rich Hill's going to use an offensive timeout here.
Why?
I guess he really wants to talk to Kamana Nahaku.
About what? There's 2 outs in the 8th inning. You're up by 8 runs.
It could be anything.
I know. No, I mean, I don't know why. I'm curious.
What are you most looking forward to in the post-game meal?
Are you talking to me? Or are you saying that's what he's saying?
I'm saying that that's what they could be talking about.
Could be.
Well, what are you looking forward to in the post-game meal, Scott?
I'm not. Okay. Can't eat this late. It's too late to eat.
Nahaku hit a home run out to left in the 6th inning. He is 1 for 2. He's also walked a couple of times. And the pitch to him is a breaking ball for a called strike middle of the plate. Chambers' line, 4 runs on 3 hits in his inning of work. 2 walks, no strikeouts. 29 pitches, 12 of them for strikes. Ferguson at first, the 0-1, bounces in front of the dish. Good block by Mooney behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a 4-run 8th inning here for Hawaii. 1 ball, 1 strike.
What a weird game.
Oh, yeah. Breaking ball high and away, 2-1.
One of the stranger games we've had this year because halfway through this game, it was 4-1 Chaminade. The second half, it has been utterly different and one-sided. 10-0 Hawaii on the back end.
2-1. That's low and away. 3-1. Part and parcel. Walks. There have been quite a few of them. There have been no Hawaii hitters who have struck out since the 4th inning. I'll throw that out there as well. So Hawaii's making contact, putting everything in play. 3-1. This one launched deep out to left field. Give it a shaka and watch it go. That's long gone. Kamana Nahaku's second home run of the night. It clears both fences out in left. 13-4. 14-4. Hawaii leading Chaminade, putting a gigantic stamp on what has been a offensive back half of this game.
Wow. Both his home runs tonight to left field and not cheap ones. I mean, he absolutely crushed that one. I mean, that would have left every ballpark on planet Earth. Holy cow.
Jared Quant looks at a strike, 0-1.
He doesn't look like that guy. I mean, we saw him hit some long shots in Northridge as well, but when you look at him physically, he doesn't look like a guy that can hit the ball that far.
No.
He is strong.
Jared Quant, 0 for 4. He takes strike 2.
And now he's a home run shy of double digits. I'm guessing, just off the top of my head, the last UH player to have double-digit home runs was Colton Wong.
You might be right.
Did Colton hit like 10 in 1 year or something? Did he even get to double digits? I think
0-2.
he did.
And Quant looks that one down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But you don't see a lot of double-digit home run hitters in a season in the history of UH baseball. There aren't a lot of them.
No. Especially in this ballpark.
Yep.
1-2. Swing, and this is popped in the air behind home plate. Mooney, the catcher, will watch it land foul onto the roof. Quant, the 9th man at the plate here in what has turned out to be a 6-run 8th inning.
Jared, you got to do it for Mama Quant and the tri-tip steak fries, buddy.
Oh, please let there be a midweek game at UC Irvine when Hawaii goes to the Mountain West.
Take
Please.
me with you, Josh. Take me with you.
1-2 is outside and high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You're funny, though, because you do, and you check out the food at the ballparks and everything.
Yeah.
I've always been the kind of guy, I typically don't eat before I broadcast.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but I would lose that up because I wouldn't even look at the food trucks like you.
2-2. Breaking ball low and outside. 3-2. I mean, it's perfectly placed. When you walk in, the concessions are right on your left, so you can't miss it.
Well, I'm not talking about missing them. Just I wouldn't have any interest because I knew I
Sure.
wouldn't be eating, Then after the game, I'd be like, gosh, I wish I went to the concession stand.
3-2 misses for ball 4 outside, and Quant will reach.
Now, I did send you a link while you were on the
Oh, you
road
did,
about the
yeah.
Dodgers 18-inch hot dog, whatever the thing is. The Dodger dog itself.
Overrated.
Yeah, this is not a Giants diss.
Yeah.
It's just a hot dog lover's diss.
Yes.
It's overrated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, tell people what was supposed to be special about this 18-inch hot
I don't
dog.
remember because I didn't really pay attention, but I saw it and I thought, oh, this would be good fodder for Josh. He's got a long road trip. He's got some time probably to kill when he's on the air by himself.
Kinsey takes a breaking ball down low, 1 ball, no strikes.
Because I did send you one about a month ago that we found out was bogus, and it was the 12 hot dogs in the Mets helmet.
Right. Yeah. That was so it's called the Slugger.
Okay.
16-inch hot dog.
Holy cow.
Made with it's a jalapeno cheddar sausage. There's a strike on the inner half.
Now that got my attention.
It did, me too. White cheese sauce.
Okay, I like that.
Corn relish.
Okay.
Cilantro crema.
I don't even know what that is. I mean, I don't know what cilantro is.
Tortilla strips.
I know what those are.
Next pitch, Kinsey hard hit to short, gobbled up by Williams. He'll go the short way to second. They just got Quant there, and that will end the inning on a fielder's choice, 6-4, and it comes with fries. You know what else comes with fries? A 6-run 8th inning, which was capped by a 2-run no-doubter from Kamana Nahaku. 6 runs in the inning on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. To the 9th, Hawaii leads Chaminade 14-4. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hey, what you doing in the tree? Oh, shouldn't started photovoltaic on the roof. Then the ladder fell. Bro, I had to go bathroom, so I tried climbing down this tree. No, I stuck.
I don't think that's what they meant by go green.
Yeah, brother. Just help me get down.
If you want your PV system installed right, call a unionized electrical contractor today at 847-5341.
IBEW, local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Aloha, this is Stan Mahiwana from Sports Stan. You're listening to University of Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Off to inning number 9, it is 14-4. Hawaii leading Chaminade. The big sticks have arrived, and just in time to start this 8-game homestand. Hawaii has had 2 home runs from Kamana Nahaku, a home run from Ben Ziegler-Namoa, a home run from Shunsuke Sakaino.
None of them cheap runs.
Not at
They
all.
were
You're right.
all crushed. By the way, thanks to Keegan Oda in our studio, did a little research. We were talking about, Hawaii hasn't had a whole lot of double-digit home run hitters in its history. The home run season record, 1984, Joey Meyer. But back then they didn't have a limit on the amount of games. But the last Rainbow baseball player was only a couple of years ago, hit 10, was Matt Wong, 2023. So it was only 2 years ago. Forget about that. Matt, of course, the St. Louis School graduate. And he did a good job in center field for Hawaii. I had forgotten that Matt had hit 10 home runs a couple of years ago.
Hawaii goes to the bullpen one final time. Well, they hope one final time. And Kason Rainieri, whose first pitch fastball is a strike, to a pinch hitter, which is Jaron Banis.
So Nahaku with 9 now.
Right.
After hitting those two. And he's a guy that obviously hits home runs in bunches, as we saw at Northridge and here today. So be kind of curious to see how he does this weekend against Bakersfield. Because he is kind of a streaky home run hitter guy from what we could tell.
Banis, the pinch hitter, hitting .298 on the season. 0-2 from Rainieri. The right-hander delivers. That's fastball away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rainieri, this pitching change brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. We haven't said his name in quite a while. This is his 5th appearance of the year. 1-2 to Banis. In on the hands, bouncer to second. Sakino picks that one up, eases it over to first to record the opening out of the ninth. And that will bring another pinch hitter. That will be Ace Perry, who will hit for Jake Harper. Rainieri, freshman from Temecula, California, 6'1", 215 pounds. Last saw him March 25th against UH Hilo. As that's up and in, ball 1. Did not record a hit, or did not record an out in that game, allowed a run on a hit. Played against Chaminade March 11th in that first meeting between these two schools. 1-0 breaking ball hits Ace Perry right in the left side of his body.
Well, when you think about UH, they have 24 pitchers on their staff.
Mm-hmm.
That is a ton.
No.
So if you're one of those guys towards the back end, you really got to try to find a way to get out there, even if it's in mop-up duty in the midweek game against Chaminade. Just get me out there so I can show you what I can do and get me some real work. And that's what Rainieri's getting a chance to do.
Another pinch hitter here is Joe DeCour, hitting for Tristan Mooney. DeCour hitting .032.
That's a bingo number.
Yeah. Rainieri against Chaminade allowed 4 runs on 2 hits with 2 walks in 2/3 of an inning.
And that came in the first inning, right?
That's right.
First inning, right?
Yeah, because all 4 of their runs were in the first inning. You're right. Pitch to DeCour. Fastball runs high and in. 1 ball, no strikes.
Interesting enough, they got all 4 of their runs in this game in 1 inning, but it was in the 5th.
That's right. They're not holding Perry at first. 1-0 fastball in tight. 2-0. Hawaii has a couple of guys standing around in the bullpen. I'm sure Rich Hill does not want to make one more walk out of that dugout.
Well, there's absolutely no pressure on Rainieri right here.
2-0. High and inside. Fastball misses. 3-0.
I mean, you're up.
But you wouldn't know it the way he's pitching right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's where sometimes you just have to realize, relax, let my defense play behind me. We're up by 10 runs. Let's just get out of here.
Hawaii's got a couple of lefties up in the pen. 3-0 is a strike taken on the inside corner, according to Jim LeBeau. 3-1.
He's got a pretty good fastball, Rainieri.
Yeah. Three balls and 1 strike. Next offering is inside for ball 4. So a hit by pitch, followed by a walk. There are 1 or 2 restless individuals down there in the lower deck. I can hear them. Our crowd mic can catch them. Either they're restless or there's something else. As Safea Filaruz Mawai will step up here.
Well, you could probably introduce yourself to the fans that are remaining right now, Josh. So that's why you could probably hear individual conversations.
Yeah. Here's Filaruz Mawai. RBI single back in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. Pitch to left-handed hitter. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. You could tell he wanted a little bit of the home run action with that swing. I don't blame him. Last game he'll play in this ballpark. Former Rainbow Warriors. Chaminade's played a bunch of games here. 0-1. Swing and a miss again. Late on that fastball. Right down the middle. 0-2.
Well, you know, Safea, he left UH after, I think it was his freshman year, right? Yeah. He went to BYU for a couple of years as well.
And he had a year break in between that, too. I remember that first game we were taping the Rich Hill show, and Safea came by, and Rich was like, "Love you, brother." Fastball away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Which reminds me that the Rich Hill show returns tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, that Rich Hill. So it's called Extra Innings with Rich Hill. We'll have it at Diamond Sports Bar tomorrow night at on Ke'eaumoku.
What time?
6 o'clock.
Well, you're going to do your show from
We'll do
3.
Pacheco and Hart there from 3 to 6. 1-2. Swing. This one laced into the seats, foul territory left side.
When you guys do remotes, do they still put that temporary fence around you guys so people don't feed you and Chris?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think they would do that around Chris and Gary. Now, I don't know with me being there. I don't know if that changes.
That's true. It does kind of change the dynamic a little bit.
Yeah. At least keep the door open on my side. 1-2. Way outside and low. 2-2.
Well, that's great. What's it called again? The Rich Hill show?
Extra Innings with Rich Hill.
Extra Innings with Rich Hill. What time again?
6 o'clock.
Where?
Diamond Sports Bar.
On?
Ke'eaumoku Street.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No, I might come down.
You should.
Maybe.
Oh. I was looking for a little more of a firm yes from you. Well, 2-2. High and away. 3-2.
I don't like to make commitments, Josh.
Oh, man. 14-4 Hawaii leading, top of the 9th. Perry's at second. DeCour's at first. Belarus Moai was down 0-2 in the count. Count's now full, however.
Double play would be great right here.
3-2. Swing, and that drive. Deep out to right field. Quant says forget it. That's a 3-run home run for Belarus Moai. Points toward his dugout as he launches his 10th home run of the season. And it is 14-7 now. Hawaii leading top of the 9th.
There's a person out there walking, Josh. I don't know if you can see out
I
there.
see him.
He hit the ball on a bounce towards the power plant, which is across the street. I mean, as soon as he hit that ball, it wasn't a matter if it was going to get out of here. It was a matter if it was going to land on the H1. Holy cow. Well, we've seen 5 home runs in this game now.
Yeah.
I mean, this place has become Matador Field.
Yeah. Kaysen Rainieri is not going to go any longer. Rich Hill has seen enough as 3 runs have scored here in the top of the 9th inning. We've got another call to the bullpen, and this call is brought to you by HCAP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. With this pitching change, we step aside for a minute. This is Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
In Hawaii, when meeting new people, we ask, what school did you go to? It's how we get to know each other.
Hi, this is James from Mililani.
Angela Rice from Kapolei.
I'm Clint Harris, and I'm from Kamehameha Kapolama. At Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Water Cleanup, you already know us. We've been around since 1935, so you can hire a Kama'aina team backed by a powerful national brand. Enjoy flat rates, great warranties, even a service plan for preventative measures at home, plus water cleanup and more. Call us or visit rotorooter.com.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
It's time to get this show started.
Round 1 begins Thursday, April 24th.
I'm the most guaranteed person you could take.
Live from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
They're both going to go pretty high, despite the fact that people say they should. It's our first surprise of the night.
He's going to remember this for the rest of his life. And so will I, and so will my family. This is just a dream come true.
The NFL Draft.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Rainbow Warrior Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii's 8th pitcher in this game is Dylan Waite, who's looking for the final 2 outs and to get Hawaii onto the win column for the first time in a week. Waite, the senior from Wailuku, Maui, 6 feet 2 inches tall, 190 pounds. This is his first action since these two teams first played on March 11th. Pitched an inning in a third, gave up a hit, struck out a batter. So Waite's been waiting a while. Didn't realize what I did there to get in, and here he is. Waite 2-0 with a 3.37 earned run average, making his 6th appearance of the season.
Well, the good thing for him is that the bases are empty after that Belarus Moai home run, but this has been one of the stranger games we've had, not only this year, but in a while.
Yeah.
It's just been odd.
credit Chaminade. You get some pinch hitters out there. Villaruz Moai got what I think he had been hoping for over a month, which is a home run against his former team, and he got it. Now let's see. Chaminade would like to do a little bit more here against Wade as Cade Fujii comes up, an RBI double and a single. He is 2 for 4. And the pitch to him is fastball upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. So Kaysen Rainieri, 3 runs on that 1 hit, that home run, a walk in a third of an inning. 1-0 from Wade is popped in the air and fouled back. It went Liam O'Brien 2 innings, Charlie Adamson 2 innings, Zach 10 a third of an inning. He gave up 4 runs. Max Jones an inning and 2/3. Freddie Rodriguez an inning. Ethan Thomas an inning. He went the 8th. Rainieri got him out, and now it's Wade. 1-1. Swing and a fly ball out toward right center field. Tracking it down is the right fielder Quant. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away. So if this holds,
get better.
Hawaii would go to 26-13. Chaminade would fall to 17-29. As we'll see Casey Cudell stepping in. Got to talk with Chad Konishi before the game, and monumental win for the program against Wichita State. He obviously would love to build this program faster than what it has done so far. Every coach does.
It's only the second year.
Exactly. Cudell takes a knee-high strike, 0-1. He talked about how they've had some of the woulda, coulda, shouldas. They've had some really good performances against good teams like Point Loma and Westmont. They've had some struggles against teams like UH Hilo. 0-1. Swing, and that's foul tip, 0-2. Chaminade's 15-25 record in the Pac West is 3rd from the bottom. But he's kind of felt like, we're missing this piece, we're missing this. You kind of see that in some of the games that they've played.
The question
but they're getting closer.
Yeah, but the question is if you can get those players to fill those spots
on the budget they have to work
right. With. And in terms of what you're looking for, if you can get those kind of players.
0-2 outside corner, strike 3, ball game. Wade gets in there, gets the final 2 outs, and Hawaii, although it did get a little interesting there in the 9th inning, Hawaii holds on a 14-7 win over Chaminade to end what would be a 3-game losing streak.
Well, one of the things, the theme coming into this game we talked about at the beginning was the offense, because the offense had been slumping against some of the best pitching they've seen all year. And the key today was to get the offense going however you could. It took a little while, but once Hawaii found their offense, 4 home runs. They scored in the last 4 innings. They scored, 13 runs in the last 4 innings. That's a good sign getting ready for Friday's big series against Bakersfield.
Absolutely. 14-4 or 14-7, your final. Hawaii over Chaminade. We'll come back with more here in just a moment from Manoa. You're listening to Hawaii Baseball on ESPN Honolulu.
Join us for an evening full of fun and excitement at the 16th Annual Crime Stoppers Honolulu Gala event.
It's set for Friday, May 2nd at the Waialae Country Club.
We'll have terrific food, entertainment, and it's all to get behind a great cause, solving and preventing crime on Oahu.
To purchase individual tickets or an entire table, please visit honolulucrimestoppers.org and click on the events tab.
The 16th Annual Crime Stoppers Gala.
Hope to see you there.
Paid for by Crime Stoppers Honolulu. Aired by the Hawaii Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Sports Stand Sporting Goods is Hawaii's best baseball and softball store. At Sports Stand, you'll experience the largest selection of baseball and softball gloves and bats in Hawaii. You know the rules. Quality sporting goods always at a price you can afford. Stop by Sports Stand Sporting Goods in beautiful downtown Waipio, 94-547 Ukea Street, Suite 303. Or give them a call at 808-676-STAND. That's 808-676-7826. Remember, at Sports Stand, it's not just sporting goods, it's a way of life.
Having a drink tonight? Think again. The police will be setting up sobriety checkpoints around the state. So if you plan to drink, get a designated driver. After a party, ask to stay the night. If driving solo, call your family, a friend, or even a taxi to pick you up. There's no shame if you can't drive. It's better than not coming home at all. Remember, drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest.